Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
This is the Wasted Nights Podcast.
Oh, we're fucking away.
Are we fucking on?
We are alive.
Here we are.
Ready to go? Ready to go?
We're good.
Cheers,
Cheers.
boys.
Cheers to the
Cheers,
Aussie
fellas.
boys.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you again.
Thanks so much for coming in and doing this with us. This is quality.
Bloody oath.
We've been really excited.
Yeah.
All week we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
G'ing up.
When we were asking you, we thought like, oh, you know, pitched up. Oh yeah, we'll come do it. Leave us the fuck alone. Stop
Yeah,
asking.
one of those
Stuff
ones.
like
It was
that.
it was half that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we saw how many followers you had, we
Yeah.
just thought, there's no way
There's
we
no
can miss
risk.
this. Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Any press is good press.
It all changes today, though.
Yeah.
That's right.
With you two mad cunt stories.
Be viral in no time.
Yeah. We should probably do a little intro.
Yeah, sure. This is Dimmy, this is Alex.
Oi.
There you go.
Mates.
Tom doesn't normally do the intros.
Mates,
I can tell.
mates of He Who Must Not Be Named on this podcast.
Yeah.
And we met you in Benny, didn't we?
Bennidom.
Got fucked up for 3 nights straight.
Yeah.
Royally.
Debauchery.
Yeah,
weekends
absolute
ago.
debauchery.
Fucking good times.
With no one doing anything out of line either, and it was still fucking debauchery.
We were quite well behaved.
Yeah,
weren't we? Yeah.
very well behaved, I
Yeah.
thought.
Went to church.
Went to church.
Went to church, yeah, on a Sunday, no
Yeah,
less.
That's right.
Jesus.
Just with cocks everywhere. That's another story. Yeah.
Cocks and bags.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That was awful. I think I put a photo. I didn't put the photo of him up in the church with the dick shirt.
No, well,
No, it made
the
the
one
video.
that was in the chat, someone put up. Who made that little?
The video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
That was him.
edit.
Yeah, no,
that
it
Okay,
was in
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
in
it was in there. There was dicks in the church.
Yeah, but sorry, on our Instagram, just if anyone.
Oh,
can-
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If one of
Yeah.
our 10 followers is listening, yeah,
Yeah.
and they're tracking the situation.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm trying to tell a story, and I'm like, no one gives a fuck about the story.
No, do they fuck?
No, it was what a weekend. What a
Yeah.
fucking weekend, boys.
Good time.
Pretty intense.
It was good.
So
Made you feel young again, didn't it?
Fucking not really.
Not afterwards.
no,
obviously.
no. It made me feel old. But no, it was well worth the pain.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah.
it took us. We all met up on Wednesday night.
Okay.
So I went out for a drink with Johnny and Leith. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I'll have to beat that. We met all met up for a drink, and you could just see in everyone's eyes. Spoke to all the lads. How are you feeling now? And they were like, "Only just, mate. Only just that."
But I'd go again.
Yeah. Wouldn't
How
change it.
was your Tuesday? You had to work on Tuesday?
I took it off.
Smart
I
man.
took
smart
it off. Yeah. It was not good though. I got home on Monday, started coming down with a cold. I've never had a cold like it. I was on my ass.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of bed Tuesday morning, and I was fucked.
Fuck knows how Kelsall got up and went to work that day. What a fucking hero.
Was that on the Tuesday?
On the Tuesday, yeah.
Fuck, what a machine.
Yeah,
He
but-
slept most of the day,
Oh,
like,
mate,
but
yeah.
Honestly,
Oh.
he's probably best on ground for the whole weekend, I think. Like
He
looked
might be, yeah.
pretty-
Yeah.
He
Like,
sent it.
Toby, obviously, that's a different
Yeah, but
level.
it's another level. It's a different level.
He was just calm and collected, I feel like.
Yeah.
Kelso
Toby
was
missed
just
out the
like-
last night, though.
True.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, fucking went home early, bitch.
But if he didn't have to, he definitely would have sent it.
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard enough,
Yeah, he
wouldn't
could have done.
Yeah.
Everyone else did.
Toby got over to his apartment in Magaluf,
Yeah.
and so that was Monday, and he went out Tuesday night in Magaluf till 6 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
on the
What a
place, yeah.
fucking hero.
just was missing it that much.
Yeah.
Missing Gary.
He'd already made plans with someone back in England who was flying over as well, so it was like he had to.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
their first night, so they're going
Yeah.
to be keen. Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been a rough night for me.
Yeah, I know.
That Tuesday.
Fair effort.
Fuck.
Fair effort.
What about you boys? All right. So checked out on the Monday.
Yeah.
Where did you head to then?
We boosted to Valencia.
Yeah. Well, we woke up to the housemaid in our room, or no? She
The room. Yeah,
yeah,
room.
she
Yeah.
was pretty much
In
she
the bed.
came up. yeah. So
Yeah, they
'cause
were-
we slept right in until they came.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
We were just trying to get as much as
You
we could out
fucking
of
bad
it.
dogs.
Yeah, because our
Jesus.
flight to Malta wasn't until late that night, like 11 p.m.
Yes,
it was a Ryanair
so-
flight, so it got delayed as well. So we didn't get into Malta till like 3 a.m. or
I
something.
think, yeah,
but-
we got the bus at midday-ish or
Yeah.
1.
But
Had another last beer with Marty.
had a beer in the morning at the bus station with Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know, and I didn't want it, but they made me. Yeah.
You pushed through.
Pushed through. Got another one down. And then, we just went up to Valencia, spent a bit of time up there. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Really
Gorgeous.
nice. Gorgeous city.
Love that place.
Yeah.
And then
As good as Preston, or
It's on par.
on par?
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Great people.
It's the people. It's the people that make Preston. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not the horrendous run of houses,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
street after street of the shit.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the gonorrhea when you get home after being
That's just from eating the kebab.
Oh, you can smell it in the air, can't you? Yeah. Fucking hell.
So in Valencia, then you flew over to Malta.
Yeah.
And then is that where you've been there the whole time since?
For
Malta?
a week in Malta, then we went to Greece just for a few days.
Whereabouts?
Crete.
Yeah.
Crete.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
The videos look amazing.
It was funny because we went to Malta. That was really the plan all along, and then we were just looking at flights to get up to Manchester.
Yeah.
And it was cheaper to go through Greece than it was to go directly from Malta.
What a shame.
So and
And I already wanted to go to Crete.
yeah,
And that
Debbie
was the
really
cheapest
wanted to
flight.
go.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Poor buggers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
Fine, we'll go to Greece.
we
If I have to.
yeah, so we went down there for 3 nights. Beautiful place where we stayed.
Yeah.
Great hostel.
Yeah,
Met some
just
lovely people.
Everyone was.
Is that where you
lovely.
did your backflip?
That was in Malta.
That was in Malta.
Last day in Malta.
Quality effort, that.
Yeah.
Well, the one that I fucked myself up on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was in Malta.
Yeah.
That was fucking not good. That was bad. Even
was so
the
fucking
bruises
bad.
are coming up now.
Yeah.
So, like the back of
Literally
my
just
arm's
now.
starting to get bruised.
Oh, yeah, you can fucking see it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like that's
And my
6
other one-
days.
I
That's a
got
solid 6
this
days.
weird bruise there. So yeah, like after I did it, obviously over flipped and fucked myself up. But Lockie's just filming it,
Yeah.
cracking up,
Cracking up laughing.
He's
Until,
having a good
until
time.
he surfaces and he's like, I can tell he's like, can't even breathe.
You're like, you're all good.
You still
Like-
walked off in the opposite
Yeah, yeah.
direction. I saw that.
But
Yeah.
nah, that was fucked. And then I got out and I'm like, okay, good. It's just a bit of, bit battered.
Yeah.
And then I started coughing up blood, and
Yeah.
I was like, well, where's that coming
It's
from?
usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coughing up blood, and then I was like, okay, Alex, feel around on the ribs and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
But I think we're sweet. So then, probably an hour of coughing up blood, it just got a bit less and less. So it was all right.
Right.
But I was like, look, I better go to the hospital
And
just to
double
see if
check,
my
yeah.
lungs not fucked.
Yeah.
Or I haven't.
Especially having a flight the next day.
How much did they sting you for that?
So it was €30 for the GP.
Oh, that's not
He
too
gave
bad.
me a consultation, but
Yeah.
then I went get the X-ray for like €100.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, so
They could have raped you properly, couldn't they?
they could have, but
Yeah.
it was. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
did
just
it
to
It
be
still
sure.
fucking hurts, but
Yeah.
breathe.
Did they actually tell you where the blood was coming from?
Oh, I messaged one of my doctor friends, and he told me it was I forget the name, a pulmonary contusion or some shit. So basically, I think just everything.
Sorry, you don't
got-
have to explain it. We're both doctors.
Yeah, sweet. I just got rattled. Everything's just been moved around a bit, and there was, it. But even now, when I take a full breath, I'm like, I hope that's just the healing
Yeah.
process, and my lungs not a bit fucking.
It'll be a bit sore for a while.
Yeah,
Lungs usually do sting a bit, don't they?
they do.
Yeah, so
When
if
you
you, if you
fuck 'em
bruise
like
all
that.
your diaphragm up, it's
Yeah.
fucked for a bit, innit?
No, but that was a bit of fun.
And you've been doing it since? You've been jumping off...
I did, yeah. Well,
Yesterday.
we were in, we were in Greece and
no, 2 days ago.
in
Yeah.
Crete, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lockie saw this nice little cliff jump. He's like, I'm going to go jump off it. I'm like, well, I can't not do it now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you come all this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the worst that could happen? It's exactly what I said before I did that fucking.
And there was a pretty
Woeful
girl
flip.
there, so you sort of had
Ah,
to...
Yeah.
Say no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It made me uncomfortable watching that one you've just done, because you do a backflip different to me and Tom. Like, we'll arch over
Yeah.
and spot the landing real early, won't we? But you do it quite like
Slow.
tuck.
Yeah. Oh, right. It depends what I'm doing.
Yeah,
though.
okay.
Yeah.
On that one, it looked like, I guess you were jumping backwards, so you might.
What, on the double one?
No. Well, the double one you were tucking, weren't you?
Yeah, I had to be because
Yeah.
it was like 10 meters to get there.
But that one,
So-
yeah.
Two and a third of a flip.
Yeah, I wish it was 8 meters or, a couple
Yeah.
meters. A couple meters shy and it would have been a perfect double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I had to fucking cook it.
Hell.
It happens to the best of us.
It does.
Yeah.
And the worst of us.
And the worst, yeah.
Are you doing them as well, Alex?
I don't flip.
No, but you jump off.
I do the
it.
jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been good in the air flipping.
Yeah,
So
same.
I know that.
Same.
So I don't attempt it.
Yeah, my mates were
Yeah.
always like, they knew where the body was, and if they fucked up, they could
Yeah.
write it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Once it went fucked up
Yeah.
on your head.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was when that's the first time I've ever tried to do it.
Oh, is it?
And I was like, oh, I'll just.
At least you started at a nice low height as well, fucking 10 metres.
Well, I was like, I'll count it out because usually I have to slow it down to get
Yeah.
the one. So I'm like, I'll just go quick tuck, 1, 2, let go.
Yeah.
But I was like, quick tuck, and then in the air, I was just so discombobulated.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know where I am. I'm just going to hold.
Yeah.
But then at the last second, I went, oh, it just sort of spread out. And
Yeah.
fuck me.
But
that
like the
was-
whole week we're in Malta. Like it's a perfect place to cliff jump.
Yeah.
Every day we're doing them.
Yeah.
And each day we're sort of training and working our way up. Each day was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we were just getting more confident.
Yeah.
And then I guess, the last day.
It'll
of
get
it.
That wasn't, yeah, it wasn't a big one, but it was a perfect.
Yeah.
In front of everyone as well.
Oh, yeah, it was.
You could have been a fucking king, couldn't you?
It would have been
Just
great.
legendary.
And now I
what
don't
you
think I
think
can bring
everyone's-
myself to do it again.
That's what you think everyone's thinking. I've just done a double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Off to hospital.
we were kind of like, okay, it's, the height's not incredibly
Yeah.
big. So if I do fuck it up, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Well, now
and,
you
and
know.
I think that was it. Yeah. Cough up blood and fucking be in pain for a while.
Pulmonary contusion.
Yeah.
Could have been a bit
yeah.
worse if you'd have rotated a little bit more and come back on your neck or something.
Yeah.
That would have been
or just
fucking
a
shit.
fair bit more and got the triple by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Worth the risk.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Well, you know next time to hold it.
I think I need to pull back on the next times.
Yeah.
For a lot of
Not
things.
send it a bit harder.
Or that, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Ask me in a week.
You won't need to do it. There's no way to do it in Preston anyway. So.
No, there's Garstang Bridge.
Couple of Lidos around or what?
Yeah.
Usually a shopping trolley at the bottom that you might hit yourself on, but
Yeah.
Alex does the depth check.
Yeah. I
Push you back. Push you
Yeah,
back.
there's a
Big
trolley,
first.
but we'll just move it over
did.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh no, he fucked his leg. Go to the left.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
We were saying though, like lads, I don't know what it is, but jumping off something into water is just one of the funnest things in life.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's fucking
Yeah.
great, isn't
It's
it?
great.
I don't know what
Yeah.
it is because like Hannah looks at me and goes, "Why the fuck would you want to do any of that?" You know, like
It's just a bloke thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And he just
I still remember most of the cool ones that I've done as well.
Yeah.
You know?
They stick with you.
Yeah, they do. Fuck
and
yeah.
even and it doesn't matter about height. Like if all you've got's maybe a 3 meter ledge, that's
Yeah.
fun as fuck. You'll do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
all day.
You just
all
do
day.
stupider shit at the 3 meter mark. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll push the boat out at 3 metres,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
There's some scary ones on Instagram though, isn't there? You've seen, them ones where you actually they look over on the GoPro and you're
Oh,
like,
it's fucked.
wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a small plunge pool that they'll jump into, and you're
Yes.
like,
Why the fuck would you even bother
How does that
Yeah.
work?
with that 100 and something foot?
but it does look good.
I didn't know that just with the 10 meters or 8 to 10 meters, I didn't know that could slap that hard.
Oh, yeah.
I did, but I was like,
Not
as I
that
said,
bad.
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah.
and
Thinking
then,
you might just get winded or a
yeah.
bit of a
I'm like,
welt
even
on
if
the
I
back
over
or-
rotate, it's just, you know,
You never thought it was going to end in blood.
I didn't think I'd be bruised and fucking coughing shit. But anyway.
I guess the flip as well is adding like
The
a
inertia.
fair few miles
Yeah,
an hour.
the inertia of the flip really sort of added that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
The
fair,
oomph.
fair play. Well, it looked class anyway.
Yeah, it looked cool until
Yeah.
like the last second.
That's until you heard it. Fucking hell.
And you heard everyone else go, ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Alex holding it, there was like 3 birds all sat there. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, landed in England yesterday. Is it?
Yeah.
Last
Manchester
night, yeah.
last
Yeah.
night. Ryanair flight, so it was delayed as always.
Yeah.
Got in maybe 6-ish or something, and then we caught the train up. And then, just checked into this little Airbnb.
Is that what you're right? You're
That's where we're
saying,
staying last night and tonight. Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then we're going to stay, at the at Bartle Hall tomorrow night.
Nice little
yeah.
double bed.
Fancy
Yeah,
fuckers.
yeah, why not? Yeah.
I've heard how much that is a night.
Yeah, well.
Fair fucking play.
Yeah,
Like, we paid for it before we come over. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
so it doesn't even seem like
last night we're
It's a free night.
sharing an Airbnb double bed in
Yeah.
a strange house.
Yeah.
So you
In Plungington, no less.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the deep, dark depths
that's
of
the
Plungington.
Yeah.
I was at the barber this morning and she was going on about how dodgy the area was.
Yeah.
was, and
It is.
it is, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I like it. Spicy.
Definitely seems nicer up here.
There is a bit of spice to it. Yeah.
Lovely. You can smell it.
Yeah, I've been back to some weird after parties in Pungington.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
I
do
remember
that.
like walking in one and just a bloke stood at the door with a machete, and I was like, "Oh God, I wish I hadn't done this. I really wish." And he's like flying it around, whilst you're having a beer. You're like, "We gotta go."
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, caught his own leg, took a chunk out of his own leg.
Oh, that's nice. So it was sharp.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
That's pungy for you.
Yeah.
Quality. So you're doing that. When are you flying home?
I'm leaving Monday. I'm going to fly to Dublin. Going to have 3 nights over there.
Fucking hell.
And then, just decided that this morning. And then going to go down to Croatia. So go down to Croatia on Thursday. And then spend about 2 weeks down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're doing the sail, aren't you?
Yeah, sail. Yeah, the classic sail Croatia setup.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
What's that? I don't know what that
You're
is.
actually going sailing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I guess it's classic for Aussies. Heaps of Aussies and come over and do it. But yeah, you get on like a sailboat, usually sort of 10, 20 people.
You do a
and then
backflip.
You do flips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a flip cruise.
Yeah. They take you to different flip spots all day.
You just sail around finding cliff
Yeah,
jumping
Yeah, there's a
then
bar to,
Get on the piss.
encourage you to do more flips.
to go higher.
Yeah.
So get down there to Dubrovnik on Thursday. Boat leaves on the Saturday, so I'll have 2 nights at Dubrovnik, and then it's a 7-day sail up to Split.
Wow.
And then I got about a week sort of after that before I got to be back in Amsterdam to fly home. No idea what I'm going to do, but just hopefully meet some cool people and make some plans with them.
Awesome.
Sick.
Yeah.
And you're flying
Awesome
home.
Brits or something.
Yeah.
There's not many of them around. You won't find any here.
Yeah.
And what are you doing, Demi?
I'll be here till I think it's the 28th. I'm just going down to London, stay with a mate.
By
for 3
here,
nights.
he means England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Great Egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
You've seen it all already.
Once you've been to Great Egg, you don't need to go anywhere else. There's everything you could possibly need here. Tractor pulling just across the road.
2
Oh.
pubs.
2 pubs.
Mate,
Yeah.
I'd love to see some tractor pulling.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking missed out by about 3 weeks.
Ah,
Yeah.
no.
True.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah,
The,
I would love that.
Our fella at the Airbnb was going on about some motocross thing that goes on. Motorsport.
Yeah, he said there was some motorsport in town, and there was another Aussie that stayed at the Airbnb the night before we arrived, who was here for some motorsport event.
Is that a big
And
thing?
he asked us.
I don't know
where
about
we
I haven't
were
heard about
working in.
anything.
He didn't look like he knew much about motorsport.
No,
Motorsport's very fucking
vague.
vague, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
We do.
You could be
It's
talking
mainly
about a
lawnmowers.
few million
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's racing lawnmowers. He's world champion of fuck all.
Yeah.
But we
Do you want
used
to chuck us a beer, bro?
Yeah.
we
I'd
used
say
to
it's a
watch.
champ.
We used to watch lawnmowers racing at Scorton Fair, and it's fun as fuck.
Yeah, but now they've upgraded them because they're putting like fucking 450s in the cunts.
Yeah.
What, like Yamaha? Like
Yeah, like
RZ
up for
motors?
proper crosser.
Okay.
They're putting full on
Yeah, yeah.
450 setups in them.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like
hell.
70 horsepower lawnmowers.
Crazy. Okay.
Do you want one, Alex?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah.
Dan, you're good.
I'm good, mate. Thanks. I've got a drive. Yeah, we were saying that on the last when we recorded the other day, weren't we? Is for a bloke again, like the cliff jumping, put a motor on anything,
Yeah.
put it on a fucking Zimmer frame, and
Yeah.
you will start racing it with your mates.
Yeah, yeah.
Put it
Yeah.
on an esky.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen them?
Yeah.
And get
Seen them.
around in
Yeah.
Australia. Yeah. They go hard.
Yeah.
You just anything with a motor, quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just fuck about on it all day.
Hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, a passage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hurting yourself
Mini
on something that shouldn't be motorised.
Mini motos.
Mini motos,
They
for
were dangerous,
example.
Yeah. Did that go around when you were younger yet?
Like the pit bike sort of setups.
yeah.
Yeah, but like the little 50cc miniature road bikes.
Oh, the tiny
Yeah,
little ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, big time. Yeah.
They're cool when you're like 12, you can just about
Yeah.
fucking squeeze onto them. In
Yeah,
your
yeah,
30s,
yeah.
you look a bit of a twat.
Yeah, yeah.
Even more so with the bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pocket bikes. Yeah, the old
Yeah.
pocket bikes. Yeah.
Quality. Yeah. You guys have made a good trip out of this, then.
Yeah, like coming this far, like you've got to do a bit.
Yeah, you gotta do a
know,
bit of a spin, haven't you?
It's got to be at least a few weeks.
Yeah. To be honest, like last
Yeah.
time I was in Europe, I was like, probably I don't know whether I'll ever come back. To be honest, because not that I hated it.
Yeah.
But just thought so many other places I want to go to.
Yeah.
So, but obviously you got to make a trip, so that's why we've sort of gone to places I haven't been to before.
Yeah.
Yeah, get around it.
Whereabouts did you go last time?
Well, I was working in France, Did a ski season out in France.
We might
Yeah.
have spoken about
Yeah,
that, actually.
briefly, probably.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, did that, and then did a road trip around in the summer. So I bought a van in the UK, and then sort of did a big trip around, about 7 months
Right.
long.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is awesome.
so that was good. So that's why I wanted to go to like Malta. Hadn't been there. Greece, hadn't been there. I've been to Croatia, but just the north part. Went to like
Right.
the national parks up there and that. But
Some
yeah,
real
haven't-
proper bombing around, haven't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was proper. Yeah, proper bumming around, living in a van.
Fucking quality.
Yeah, but good fun.
Yeah.
Good
I've never
times.
been Croatia, have you?
No.
No.
No, before.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about the place, to be honest.
No.
Everyone who goes there says it's lovely. That's about the only thing I know about it.
You were
Surprised
talking.
you listened
They
to
hate
that?
Serbians. That's about all you need to know.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And vice versa.
Oh, is it a thing, is it?
Yeah, back what wars were they sort of going back? and forth
Bosnia?
on? Yeah, well, back then they
Yeah.
all there's a lot of tension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ever since it was like the 20s, there's been a bit of tension all through that area, though, hasn't
Everywhere,
Yeah.
really.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Someone will make it up if it's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys. That's a good question. You probably don't follow American politics at all, but are you pro-Trump?
I'm not. I'm pro
It's
nobody.
Yeah.
It's what
Yeah.
the less of two evils. Like it's like
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
I agree with.
South Park had it right, didn't they? He had a choice between a turd sandwich and a douche.
Well, see, I agree with a lot of what he says, but I don't like him as a person. He's a cunt.
Everybody says the same shit.
Yeah,
mate.
but it's certain, like, you know, you can cherry pick off anyone.
Yeah, yeah, of
Hillary and all that, they're just
I
straight
don't
up
think you
cunts,
can-
I guess.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
just don't know enough about politics, mate.
No.
Like, but
Yeah,
judging
we're-
off what I see,
We're a bit obsessed with it now, I mean, for whatever reason, but...
It's about the only consistently entertaining thing every week. American politics is ridiculous. It's like the
Soap
world's
opera.
worst soap show, isn't it?
Best soap show.
Best soap
people,
show, yeah.
people are actually nearly dying for real.
Yeah, people are actually getting like assassination attempts on them and shit.
Fucking
And there's bystanders that die that don't matter. It's definitely a soap show, isn't
That's
it?
a
You know?
bit harsh, mate. Jesus Christ.
bit of fun.
Well, they're not part of the main show, are they? It's just like some fireman who's retired.
Wow, saving his family.
Well, he died heroic,
Yeah.
but he didn't change the plot.
Oh Jesus! We were watching some Aussie woman on the news, Sky News, and she's my new hero. We never looked up her name, did we?
No,
She's
some
like
Indian chick, isn't it?
half
Yeah.
Indian, Aussie though.
Okay.
But like,
It's an Indian-looking chick, but she's speaking like full-on Aussie bogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
that.
She's got just a little bit of like weird lip,
yeah.
but she's brutal. Have you-
Okay.
like,
I've never seen it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you
Ah,
don't
it's
know what I'm
funny.
talking about. I was
It is
hoping
funny.
she'd be like famous over there
Okay.
because she was listening to this trans person going, "No one wants to hear that. Oh, no one wants to let me dress how I want to dress." And clips back to her and she goes, "Your mum doesn't want you to dress like that." And she's on Sky News. I was like, this girl's
Yeah.
quality.
Good
No
bitch.
beating around the bush there.
I need to find her name.
Yeah.
We can have a stab, but we might get cancelled.
So we're all having a beer, heading out tonight
Yeah.
for the night before.
So
Yeah,
he
the night
must not be
before.
named again.
He must not be named.
Fucking dog's
Yeah.
costing me a fortune.
Yeah, this wedding's
Yeah.
this
Fucking,
It's escalating.
and we've
it
not
is
even
escalating. Yeah.
we've not even flown in.
No.
Fucking
Yeah, well, we just
You
had
two
to-
poor cunts
we
must
just had-
really like it.
Well, we just got suited up this morning, and yeah, like we did it pretty budget. You know, marketplace and that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we were meant to
Nice.
hire suits,
We were
and then
meant
we're
to.
like, "Fuck that! It's like 150 quid, 200 quid,
Yeah.
whatever."
Yeah,
And I'm like, "I'll have a quick sort of sticky beak on marketplace."
yeah.
And fucking hell, 20, 30 quid a suit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just
Sorted.
wing it.
Sent
So I
it.
met a lady out in the car park and
You
tried on a blazer.
She even delivered
I was like,
it.
this is, yeah, they delivered it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was
Wow.
45 quid, but you know,
Yeah.
do they anywhere near fit?
yeah,
Pretty good.
mostly.
I had to get.
Yeah, just
I had
up
to
there.
get
I just
the,
got a midriff. That's
yeah,
all. Yeah,
I had to get the old lady, the old ducker across at the op shop today. She had to pin my sleeves up.
Oh yeah.
But she did that.
And
I bought
she tied our ties for us.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
can you pre-tie this tie? Because I didn't go to a private
Nice.
school or anything.
Of
So
course, you boys don't know how to do a tie.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
That makes
Well,
so
we
much
actually-
sense, doesn't it?
we actually-
Every time I went to court, someone else did it for me.
Yeah.
So,
We might need some help in the morning, just to finishing touches,
yeah.
Sort of shit out.
Yeah.
Couple more safety pins. Mate.
Yeah, that's right. But no,
Jeez.
it all
She'll be right.
works.
What a way to do it.
Yeah, because we didn't
I can't
we
believe you both have
well, I got a suit back home. I don't know about Demi, but I got a suit back
I've got
home.
a couple floating around.
But
somewhere.
I'm not, you're not lugging it around Europe for 6 weeks.
No.
So,
No.
like,
I didn't even bring a jumper here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
That was
bring
a
a suit.
fucking poor choice.
That's all right. There's a few op shops around.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Charity shops.
Charity shops, yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's heaps on Garstang High Street. You'll be
Yeah.
fucking sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, because did you boys just come over with a backpack? Like,
Yeah. Yep. Just a carry-on backpack.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was
Yeah.
stressing out for 3 days. Like I
Yeah.
was really
Oh,
stressed.
you're a proper
Yeah,
bitch
I
about
am,
it.
yeah.
But I'm like even I could have done with even less. To be honest,
Yeah.
there's clothes that are in my little backpack that I haven't even used.
Yeah. I'm like, why did I bring an electric toothbrush?
Yeah,
I could really minimise this.
yeah.
I could fit everything in my pockets,
Yeah.
I reckon.
So lighter the better, and
Yeah.
we're prepping for.
You need 2 bars of Dove soap, obviously.
I don't use soap, mate. I'm a hippie.
Yeah.
Of course you fucking don't.
To be honest,
of course you
If
fucking
it's in the
don't.
shower.
almost every shower.
waiting for
I don't
other
know.
people
Almost
to
every
drop
shower
theirs.
I've been in has had.
I don't want
some
that
sort
shit
of
on my
body
skin.
Lotion in there already, so I've just used theirs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hotels, Airbnbs, they've all got it. haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, honestly, but we're prepping for 3 months in South America soon.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just sort of going to cull even more stuff.
This-
Toby's just come across the border from there, hasn't he?
oh, fucking hell.
Oh, fuck.
Where are you, mate? So I'm just come across America, going into South America. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But because of the Ryanair flights, yeah, you know how they fucking sting you for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like you need to fit it into that tiny cube. It's always
Yeah.
been like that. But
Yeah.
so me and Lockie are putting on I bought one pair of jeans. So I put my jeans on, put a shirt or two on. If I'm worried about the weight, I'll put my little backpack under my shirt with the laptop in it.
Yeah.
And then put a shirt over that.
Yeah.
Looks like
But
a
then-
turtle.
It looks like a little turtle. I look like a little turtle. But we've been lucky so far. Like the first one in...
We were stressing the very first one because I had a mate that came over like middle of summer from Oz.
You're right.
And he was saying, oh man, like we got done, like Ryanair fucked us over. You know, we had to pay, I think, 70 quid at the gate because our bag was too big to fit in that little box.
All right.
So I was sort of stressed and I was like, oh man, this must be pretty bad. So where we put I had 2 pairs of jeans on, a couple shirts, my jacket, just to make my bag as small as I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was flying to Spain, and then we were, nothing even happened.
No,
And
we
that
got up
now-
the front because they already
Yeah.
said... Because we went up there to suss out the little cube.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, do you want to... Like she was watching us try to test it out.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it needs to be below the rim.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, fuck, all right, we'll go to the toilet.
Yeah.
But
Just
then
don't
when we
come
got back, we got back and we were sitting there the whole time. And then they're like, it was final call, but and so we got up to, go through the gate and she's like, what are you doing? You need to get on the plane, get on the plane.
yeah.
We're like,
You're
oh,
gonna miss
fuck.
the plane.
Yeah. So she
Yeah,
just
we
scurried
didn't
us
even
through.
try our bags in. We just fucking
No,
walked through.
I
We
feel
ignored
like
the
they're
cunt.
pretty relaxed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like-
just a scare.
Just
They
don't-
put the little box there. So
Yeah.
Just don't go near it, and
Yeah.
it'll be fucking
That's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they didn't even ask to check, did they? I don't
No,
know
they
if that's
didn't.
a
Fuck.
check-in online thing or what. I don't know.
yeah, I think
Maybe.
it helps if you do it all online.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to go, you don't have to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just straight through.
Yeah,
So it's been.
because we didn't have to even show
Nothing
our-
but helpful tips on this show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't showed our
Just walk straight
passport.
through the airport,
No,
ignore
really.
everyone.
Yeah.
Apart from when we come here.
Yeah,
we had
out of
to
the
show-
Schengen.
the Schengen. We had to show our passport, but
But yeah, we're bouncing around Europe.
never even looked
No
at the
passport checks, so we just
Yeah, no, there isn't from
Yeah.
Europe to Europe flights
Yeah.
because it
I
classes
swear they always
internal,
checked
aren't
me,
they?
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe
No,
I had
it's
a couple
been
flags
easy.
there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's just so many fucking migrants in Europe now. It doesn't matter. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking who
Nah,
cares?
he's white. Let him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him. I'm sure he's safe.
Yeah.
No one fucking cares anymore in Europe.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kicking off, innit? All that.
Yeah.
What about, is it? What about over there? It was never really a problem when I was there.
It's not really an issue in Australia
Oh.
because they've got
They-
the Navy
well-
running around with 50 cals on the front, shooting down any
Yeah.
cunt that tries to come across the
It's
sea in a
pretty
boat. haven't
open though. Like
I got a story for you. But yeah, no.
the
We'll save it.
well, like last year we got a housing crisis like everywhere.
they? Yeah.
But like last year we had 500,000 people come in.
How?
All right.
Legally allowed.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
government said that's
Yeah,
a
that's
quota.
fine.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, a lot of people are saying like, we got Australians struggling to get houses and stuff.
Yeah.
We need to. The reason is because we're not building that many houses to
Cater for them.
cater
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
amount of people that are coming in.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a bit of a hot topic, but
Yeah. Aussies are weird.
But
one,
nearly
aren't
everybody in Australia is a tradie. You thought they could build 500,000 houses in a year.
yeah,
You know?
And we're all immigrants. We should be supporting each other.
Yeah, exactly. Not all of them were immigrants by choice, though.
Mm.
You know, some of it was forced.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
proud of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's proud of it. If you're a, what's it called? Is it
Fucking criminal.
Convict. But like,
Yeah, what a happy mistake.
there was a
Yeah.
nickname.
Here's your prison.
Imagine living in somewhere like fucking Doncaster and you get nicked for like robbing a loaf of bread from the shop. And they chuck you on a fucking boat and you end up in like Perth.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
It's like, well, fuck, I've really not fucked up here.
Yeah. Should have stolen more fucking
Yeah.
loaves of bread.
Yeah,
Could have gone to the Goldie if I'd have stolen two.
What was it like at first, though? You know what I mean? Like, you turned up. Someone had to build the first house. Like, it
Yeah,
had to be a
true.
shithole at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sydney.
But
no.
yeah, the thing is, like a lot of people are leaving all the time as well, though, and it's like they do what I do. They move over for a few years,
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
and they
true.
all fuck off home back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
families and stuff, don't they?
Yeah,
So you do lose,
100%.
you lose a few as well. I don't know what the retention rate is.
Yeah,
It'd be fairly high because Aussie's fairly quality compared to here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
yeah.
But I do know
Only if you're into your outdoor activities
yeah.
and drugs, obviously.
Mm.
Meth.
I won't go over there. yeah. Yeah, but it's expensive to do drugs over there, though.
I think it's
Yeah, but
highest
wages are high.
per capita.
That's why meth's so big.
Like,
Yeah, because
consumption
it's
rate
cheap.
Goes a long
anywhere,
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, fucking. It's a shock to the system.
What, meth?
No. yeah, I've heard it is. Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't know.
I worked with some people on it, and it was just wild.
Yeah.
Driving forklifts.
It's the most horrible smelling drug I've ever smelt. Right? There's cunts sitting in the work ute on the way to work and they were fucking like firing up the old
Having a
glass Barbie
glass
in
Barbie,
the fucking
see-through didgeridoo.
Yeah, it just smells like someone's burning plastic.
Yeah, it's
It's
fucked, isn't
fucking horrible.
Weren't you a supervisor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it? we needed the job done, mate. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
they were all Tongans and they were like 6'6". What am I going to do? Tell this methed up Tongan that he can't smoke meth. Fucking
Pay rise.
Yeah. Great initiative you're showing. You just want to get the job done, mate.
I knew that he was going to work when we got there, you know?
Yeah. You work like fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
For a
wrong,
Tongan.
though, innit? It's wrong. Fucking hell.
Some
hell.
fucking big lads.
Yeah.
Aren't they just?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, we
You
go.
getting flashbacks here or something, Dan?
Yeah. Good night, that. You don't get as many. You don't get. I didn't see many of them sort of lads in Perth. You didn't get many New Zealanders and stuff coming over there.
Do you know?
Not as.
Surely they have scaffolders, though. In Perth?
I don't know. I didn't talk to them. Don't look at them.
They're definitely a lot on the Gold Coast.
Yeah?
Yeah. big
Yeah.
time.
The Mozzies.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Kiwis still?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
Maldives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mozzies. Yeah.
The Mozzies.
Yeah.
The Maldi Aussies.
Have you guys been over to New Zealand?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
never went when we were there.
Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah. Good.
I've never been, yeah.
South Island.
Yeah. South Island's absolutely fucking
Yeah.
stunning.
And if you're into snowboarding and that, or any adventure sports,
Just outdoor activities
Yeah.
in general,
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Zealand's the place to
Yeah.
be, but...
I'm half Kiwi and I haven't been.
Have you not?
Nah.
To be fair, most Kiwis that live on the North Island have never been further south than Hamilton. So,
True.
yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't been, to be honest.
Well, every year I go travelling. And
Yeah.
I'm like, look, it's so close. When I get home from this trip, I'll just
do
duck
it.
over.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got family there.
But it's
for fuck's
fucking
sake.
expensive as well.
Yeah.
To go
Like-
to New Zealand.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm in Sydney. Like, you
exactly.
can get a
Yeah.
couple $100.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Like, it's probably the cheapest international.
Yeah, no, it's just
destination.
once you're there. It's,
But, once you're there.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
yeah, fucking really expensive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Especially the thing that surprises me is the dairy.
Yeah,
For such a big dairy producer.
considering everything's
Yeah.
like made there.
What? It's super
What?
expensive.
Shit or expensive?
Milk,
No, very expensive.
fucking meat,
Yeah.
obscene.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
You
innit?
can buy New Zealand lamb here in the UK at like a quarter of the price that it's sold
Yeah.
in shops
Yeah.
in New Zealand. Yeah.
Cheaper to buy it.
It's insane.
So they're exporting probably 80% of their
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all the bullshit tariffs that they work out with each other, fucking
It's just
exporting
It's
shit.
not how you shouldn't be treating your own country like that, should you? It's bollocks.
No, they don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
but
their own
that's-
people, do they?
That's
You know?
pretty
Well,
fucking common,
I
isn't
think
it?
a lot of the
Yeah.
the companies that own the big dairy is Chinese.
Yeah,
owned and
yeah.
that, yeah.
Mm. They own so
Like
much land
is
in
it
Australia.
Fenterra or something?
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking everywhere in it.
They've just bought the biggest quarry in France, haven't they? The Chinese.
Have they?
Yeah, and a lot of the forestry. It's
fucking-
fucking obscene.
Everything in the Congo.
Yeah.
They own most of that, don't they? There's very few American mines.
We've actually, so I think this is the first time we've ever started shitting on the Chinese on this podcast.
Cancel.
So it's a first.
Yeah. 30
Yeah.
episodes in and we haven't talked about them.
How the fuck have we missed the Chinese all this time?
Are you shitting on them? I thought you were just telling facts, mate.
Yeah, well, give me a second.
We probably have. We just called them the wrong country. We probably called them Koreans. Or
Yeah.
something.
It's all the same shit.
I heard the other day they've taken over. You know, Bagram Air Base. We all pulled out of it and left all the weapons there for all. Afghan.
Oh, yeah, the Afghan shit. Yeah.
China's taken over it.
Really?
Fuck knows why. But that
Well,
makes-
because they're repairing all the vehicles for the Taliban, aren't they?
yeah.
I see that they're
Yeah.
still rocking around in those, those like 6x6 armoured trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still fucking about in them. They said that they'd only be able to run them for a couple of months. They're still going.
Fucking course you will. You find a way, don't you?
So the Chinese will be fucking repairing them all and sending
Yeah.
them dodgy Chinese spare parts, won't we?
yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope they didn't leave any Black Hawks or anything.
Yeah, have you not seen? They left
No.
60. I think it's. They told everyone that they left like a million, 10 million's worth of product.
Yeah.
It was 60 billion.
Oh, damn.
You've got Afghanistan Taliban now flying around in Apaches,
Sick.
tanks. They're one of the most. The most.
Is that not against their religion to fly, though?
I don't know, mate.
Or is that just like, we just ignore that bit of the religion? I don't know.
Is it?
when you've got to do some like domineering of your own people, it's fine to fly an Apache.
This is when Tom comes out with some wild claim. Has anyone else ever
Never heard that one before.
Yeah, has anyone heard they're against being in the air?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a real thing.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it will be.
So YouTube will fucking fact check us.
No, they won't.
Fuck.
They don't give a fuck, mate.
Oh, they do, unless
Not
you
about
start
you.
talking about mega corporations and how their
Yeah.
products might hurt you.
Yeah,
Go
we've
on
been-
then.
we've
Might get a
been-
bit of.
No, we've already been.
coverage.
We've already been done.
Okay, oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got 3 strikes. So we got pinged. So we've said a lot of shit on this podcast.
Yeah.
Some awful shit.
And the one thing we got pinged for is the vid, like
The jab.
the jab.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
You can't even.
No.
What, were you just discussing it?
Yeah.
We were shitting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good for you.
Yeah.
We got pinged, and they're like,
We definitely didn't say that it killed people.
Okay.
Yeah.
right, I know what you're doing. we don't. We
No,
can't
we
afford.
Fine line.
We can't afford to do that.
No.
Yeah.
3 strikes, and it's like your channel.
You're done.
We'll lose.
We'd lose all of our like
followers.
30 followers. It'd be a nightmare.
It'd
be
We'd have to
bad.
start again.
Big
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know how much work we put into this?
It's 19, mate. Just so you know, we're not even.
Is it?
Yes, we're not even
fuck.
hit 20 yet. Just so you know.
Two
Yeah,
more
Maybe
today.
today.
Yeah.
Today might
Would
be
you
the day.
rather have 3 jabs or 3 strikes, mate?
Oh, strikes all day. Fuck.
Yeah. I just seen one of Tom's cousins last night, and she went, "Oh, you and Tom are doing your little podcast." I was like, "You, bitch."
Which one?
Liz."
Oh, right.
And she went, "Yeah, I watched one of them. It was like listening to you when you were fucking 15." So I turned it off. I was like, "All right then."
Do you want to grab us a beer, mate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
have one as well, mate.
As if she said that, the cheeky
I
cow.
know, yeah, she's not wrong, but
I might grab another one too, please.
Are we having one of these, are we? Yeah, nice.
Oh, no, I'll have that one.
Oh, that was for you.
Yeah.
I like it. You're mixing it up for me. Actually, grab us a brewdog.
Brewdog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
been a minute.
I packed one Carling in there in case anyone wants the real.
Nope.
Oh,
No,
the real experience.
Yeah, the real Preston
Oh.
experience.
It is
Right-
a
right
press.
there next
Oh,
to-
you want one as well?
Yeah.
Right there next to Foster's, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah,
I'd rather have a Foster's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Carling is.
Oh, we've got Tannerite in the bottom here as well. Fucking mid.
Well stocked. Well stocked.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. Right, so I don't want to crowbar stuff in, but we're away on the stag do.
Yep.
Everyone's saying
Get crowbar in, mate. Do it.
we'll go on to Dimmy first, but you need to get him on the podcast and tell a story about some shit he's been through. So I want to it's a bit, a bit just dragging it into it. But we need to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because I purposely never spoke to you. When
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
You
no,
were-
I
you
can't
were-
say
you
It
you.
was
were
nothing to
salvaging.
do with you being a cunt to me, honest.
I felt like a right cunt the whole weekend. He won't talk to me.
That
I've
was 'cause
tried
I
so
was
many times.
Trying not to puke up all weekend. I couldn't talk. So yeah, what's the crack? You know what I want to
What's
hear.
your story?
Yeah.
What do you want to know? I need specifics.
There's some
It's too
prison-
vague.
Oh yeah, tell us your prison story.
Prison
Yeah.
story.
What
Alright.
happened? How'd you get there? What you saw? What you did?
Oh, fuck.
Who you didn't do?
It was just people doing things. Yeah. So a Sri Lanka trip turned awry.
Yeah.
I was only there for, I think I was there for 24 hours before shit hit the fan, really.
Oh shit! So you was the first day.
It was my first day. So I'd been travelling India for 2 months.
Yep.
And flew into Colombo after a week of Delhi belly, like I was fucked.
Yeah.
Finally come good. Got into Colombo for the night. Got a train down to Welligama the next day. Got a hostel. Had some avocado on toast.
Nice.
Went for a surf. And then decided it would be a nice idea to go paint some trains. Because
Who doesn't think that?
I know. Well, most people don't. Just the smart ones.
Yeah.
But
Because you're into your graffiti.
I'm into my graffiti,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I'm not the best graffiti artist, but it's a good sport.
I've seen this.
Yeah, it's not
fucking
bad at all.
Yeah, I've
It's
seen you.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
But I met a couple Germans up in India, and there's a crew in India called One Up, in Germany, and they're quite big, and a couple of the lads there were like, they'd written with those people before through Germany and worldwide, and I think one of them was actually in it, but he was saying, yeah, Sri Lanka's sweet, like you'll be fine there, it's pretty
fuck.
chill, and I didn't specify with where they were painting really, so I got there and I was like, oh, I'll look up where the train yards are, and I'll go do a train, and so that night I was feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling fit, and I drew up a little sketch, and I went and hired a scooter, and thought I'd go hunt down the train yard, and I parked the scooter a couple blocks away, went through the train yard, did what I had to do. A few cows around. It was quite a scene.
Obviously in a train station.
Yeah. Like they're just hanging there.
Yeah.
So you
course.
got the main platform, and then it sort of backed onto a train yard. So quite a few trains are parked up. So I went to the back of it. I thought this is a pretty nice spot. I'll just park up here and get what I need to done. And everything went good. And then on the way out, I decided to do a couple more little sort of quick ones on a couple more panels of the trains. And then as I was walking out, the security guard, it was just shit timing, man. I walked on the train track to go towards my scooter, or towards where the crossing was for the cars, and so I just ducked under the rail, the fucking guard thing. And as I was walking out there, the security came out, and he was like, mate, like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, it's all good. My scooter's over here. I'm just going over here. And kept walking. And he repeats himself, what are you doing? Why are you here? I'm like, nah, you're right, mate. Kept walking. And then he just started following me. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I just sort of scurried along, and, well, I was just sort of walking down the tracks at medium pace. And then he started walking after. So I sped up a bit. He sped up a bit. And I just went, here we go. Like, we got to hit the legs.
Damn.
So hit the legs, up the track, and then where my scooter was situated, it was sort of diagonally 2 blocks to the left. So I ran up to a sort of courtyard which went through this apartment block, and I figured, I'll run through there, I'll jump the fence. Hopefully I'm
You might lose him. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I run through the complex, there was quite a few, I'd say 20 lads having a little barbecue, a little evening barbecue. And as I started running through there, the security yelled out to them something in Sinhala, in Sri Lankan. And all of a sudden, they're all closing in on me. And I didn't know what I was in for, so I didn't really... If I knew what the outcome was, I probably would have gone down kicking and screaming and throwing elbows and just trying to get out of there. But as they sort of closed in on me, I went, oh, fuck, whatever. All good. You got me. And, I had some money in my wallet. So I was like, security came up and I was like, yeah, sorry, mate, sorry. And him and another one of those blokes escorted me back. And on the walk back, they had one arm each and they'd taken me back to the security room. And I was offering them money. Yeah, I got some money. How much do you want? And they're just like, no, you're going to prison. I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, nah, surely not. So I thought they were just pulling my leg. And we get back to the security room, and they sit me down and they immediately tie my arms up with rope, like my wrists together
with rope.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sri Lanka, innit?
And yeah. And there was about 4 of them in there at the time. They tied me up. One of them slapped me a few times. I was like, okay, this is fun. They sat me on the chair, and then sort of periodically the next hour I was there, just more and more people would come to look at me. Or like they heard that some foreigner was there, and I don't know who the fuck they were, but the security room just started filling up. And there was like 20 people by the end of it. And this one fella was very, a few of them slapped me around a bit and punched me a fair bit. But this one guy was really pissed off. And he kept saying, oh, you hate our country, you're, this and that, in broken English.
Yeah.
But he punched me quite a few times and they started beating me up a fair bit. And he grabbed me and he said, what are you doing? You shouldn't be sitting on a chair, you belong in the corner. So he grabbed me, put me in the corner. And he ended up sort of hitting my head against the wall and shit with my hair, grabbed me by the hair, hit me, punched me, and then so I'd protect my face and he'd stomp on my feet. So I'd be like, fuck, and then he'd hit me in the head, and he ended up kicking me in the balls and fucking all that shit. So I was getting a bit roughed up, but...
A bit?
You were shitting it at this point, surely. Like this.
I think it was... Yeah, like I was not happy. I was not happy, but it didn't really... None of it really hurt until I got a good shot to the nuts. And I felt it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you got me.
You
cunt.
cunt.
You fucking cunt." But he looked like a Sri Lankan version of Saddam Hussein. He just looked like an evil cunt. And so that was a bit of fun.
Yeah, nice guy.
Great dude.
He looked fake then.
Yeah. But
had some weird sons.
But so the copper finally arrived.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like relieved, but also like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So he rocked up, and actually during this process, before I got they wanted my wallet and my ID and shit, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, okay. And they emptied my bag. I had a few spray cans in there and shit, and I went to get out my wallet, and I sort of hesitated, and I looked at the door, and he looked at me. He said, "If you run, I'm going to shoot you." I was like, okay. I don't know if you're bluffing, but I'm not going to take the chance of fucking... Because, I kept looking at the door. Like, I reckon I could take a couple of them and get out. But, but still, with all that fear, just sitting there,
And having recently taken a nut shot.
Yeah, exactly. But the copper arrived, and I was sat in my chair again, which was nice. And when he arrived, I'm like, okay, I'm in good hands, potentially.
Maybe.
And I sat down, he started getting out these papers and filling out some shit, and a dude walked up and just gave me this massive open hand slap. Like I was sitting on the chair and he just went, boom. And I was like, fucking hell. And I looked up at the copper. He didn't even bat an eyelid. I was like, okay, so he doesn't
that's how it goes.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about me either. That's great. But then all this happened, and I finally ended up back in the cop car, the back of this. Yeah, it was kind of just it was a ute with a canopy on the back. You're just sitting like in the army and shit. You're just all sitting there. So, actually, no, that was the second. That was from court. No, this is the van. I hopped in the van first. I don't want to get the story wrong.
Yeah.
I hopped in a van first, and I went to the cop shop, and they were writing me up and this and that, and they put me in a cell with this real drunk dude. I was like, fucking hell, this is shit.
Yeah.
And eventually me and him were just, he didn't speak English. I was sitting in there feeling uncomfortable and like, fuck this place. But then they had a bunch of other people come in, so they moved me into the other cell, the holding cell. And I was sitting there for a while, going, what the fuck have I done? And he started asking me for my passport, and I said, I don't have it. It's at the hostel. And he goes, well, I need it. And I said, I don't have my phone. Like, I need my phone to call the hostel to get my passport. And he said, well, I can't give you your phone. I said, well, I can't give you my passport. So,
Yeah,
this is
what
a
do you
bit
want
of
me
a
to do?
stalemate here. So he eventually gave me my phone, and that's when, he said 2 minutes. Like, call them, yada, yada, yada. So I jumped on my phone. I immediately messaged my brother, I believe it was, and I Snapchatted a couple mates saying, oi, I'm here.
Come get
Just
me.
in case I go missing. I'm in
shit.
a prison in Sri Lanka, like a cop shop. So after that happened, I've given back my phone after.
Fuck, that'd be horrible Snapchat to receive. You know,
I
you
did
get
a
your
little-
phone for 2 minutes and say, mate, I'm in a fucking prison.
Well, I had a little selfie
And then
there's
nothing.
There's, yeah,
Fuck, you would just panic. Wouldn't
yeah,
you?
yeah. Photo has been, photos vanished.
You
4
get
months
10
later.
seconds of it.
Yeah.
Fucking
anyway.
hell, Dimmy.
Yeah. So that was a whole ordeal. I finally ended up speaking to the translator, and he filled my head with hope. And he was like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, you'll go to court after this. You'll get a fine. You'll get bail straight away, and yada yada." I was like, "Sweet, we're all good." So after that, I went to court, and I didn't know what the fuck they're saying. So I get put in a. So I spent the night at the cop shop, at the police station, and with a room full of people in the holding cell. Very grim place, putrid as fuck.
Yeah.
Toilet was. I'm so glad I didn't need to do a shit because I didn't even know how to.
What the etiquette was.
Yeah. I'm like, do I
Is
get
there even
fully
an
naked
etiquette?
it was just putrid. And I had some guy like that night.
Third world as fuck.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
The most you can probably get. Oh, it's up there.
Yeah. Nice.
And I was lying down with a bloke was lying next to me. I was lying on this they give you these shitty little bamboo mats just so you're not directly on the floor.
Yeah.
But this guy made a joke of like, in Asia and stuff, they say jiggy jig. Like, you want to get jiggy jig?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
you want to fuck. And I took it, he was joking, but as soon as he said that, I got fucking very aggressive. And I was just sort of going, what the fuck you on about? And I was like, fuck this place. And I just saw these emotions come up. I'm like, you don't fucking touch me.
Yeah.
This
It's a bad place to make that joke with you.
Yeah.
It's a bad time.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
So you did jiggy jig.
So we fucked, yeah. Yeah. Shit root. No, so after that, so went to the translator, had to go to court. That's when I was in the army-looking van.
Yeah.
No, army-looking ute with the canopy on the back.
Yeah.
And I just remember being in the back, and there was just the copper across from me with his fucking big gun. Mm-hmm. And every car behind me was looking in, and I was, just a white dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck's going on there? They probably don't see it much because there's not many
It won't be
foreigners.
that often it happens, will it?
No, just me. But I get to court. They put me in the court holding cell, and basically I'm just pretty confident that I'm getting a fine, getting released.
Yep.
Waited in there for quite a few hours. One bloke speaks English in there, so I had a good chat with him, and he was in there for fucking heroin or some shit. And
Nice. Nice bloke then.
solid drug.
Yeah.
Great choice. And I get to the stand, and they're seeing to my case, and I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but basically it wraps up. I walk back into the holding cell, and I called the guard, and I'm like, hey, so like, do I get bail? Like, can I go? And he's like, oh, no, you go to prison now. I'm like, you fucking what? He goes, oh, yeah, you go to prison. It was Thursday, mind you. He said you have prison on Monday. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I have to go into the prison till Monday. And the bloke who was speaking English, like, I was pretty stressed after that. I'm like, fuck. I have to go into, I don't know how fucking,
A Sri Lankan jail.
how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the only white dude. Well, there was one other dude in there, but we'll get to him. He was Bulgarian.
It's not the same.
Bulgarian. No, he was a bit of a cunt. But I had to stay there till the police bus the prison bus gets there.
Yeah.
And then I finally get out. It's sort of getting dark, and they line you up in a group of sort of 16 to 20. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but you're like in those old school prison movies where they have the big chain and
Yeah. The chain gang.
Yeah, the chain gang. So yeah, it just goes. It's just a person each side of the chain.
Yeah.
Up until fucking 20 people, and you have to get on the bus, but it's like a like a school bus, but you got a chain in between you, so it's a bit of a maze, and everyone's trying to sit down and hold their hand in the right spot so they don't get sort of choked out or whatever. I was like, this is fucked.
Jesus.
So yeah, I get to I get in there, and the first introduction to the prison, I sort of just get walked into this cell with about 100 people in it, and that's my cell. And it's just, I came in at feeding time, so everyone's just loud and being fucking gremlins, and just there's a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
And I just walked in there going, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah.
And I
have fucked up.
I fucked up big time, bro. And so I just walked in there. I got handed a plate of food that didn't look that inviting, and had a bit of a nibble, but my stomach was still a bit off, so I'm like, I don't want to really. And then I met his name was Shihan. I sat down, started watching TV because I didn't know what to do with myself. So everyone was crowded around the TV. I'm like, I'll just sit here and blend in.
Yeah.
As much as I can. I started watching TV, and this Sri Lankan fella leans over. He's like, so what'd you do? I'm like, do you speak English? He's like, yeah, bro. I'm like, fuck yes. I'm like, bro, I got, I did this and that. And he's like, why the fuck would you do that? I'm like, I'm questioning myself now.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it's a hobby.
I've been asking myself.
I'm like, I prefer to have not done it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started yarning a bit, and he sort of looked after me for the next few days. And he's like, oh, you sleep next to me and shit. And I didn't know. Like, I the next morning I woke up.
He was grooming you.
Yeah, he was, yeah. No, I was grooming him, mate. So I woke up and I slept like shit. Woke up the next morning, and I was like, fuck, I'm still here.
Yeah.
This wasn't a dream.
Fuck.
And then I needed to, go to the toilet and stuff. So, I'm asking a grown man how to get to the toilet. I'm like, what are you... Because, it's just in the corner, there's just these two little walls.
Yeah.
And you got, Asia-style toilets, just a hole in the ground, on the ground.
Squatter.
A little squatter. I'm like, do you take all your gear off first and then go nude? And then, because, I have to wash my ass with with water.
Yeah.
I'm like, but do you just all walk around with wet asses? Like, what's the go?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you take everything off, you do your business, and you put it back on. I'm like, okay, I want to air dry for a bit,
Yeah.
But it was so hot there, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I was always
It's
just
so fucking
clammy.
humid. Yeah.
Yeah. I may as well have a wet bum. But yeah, it was fucked. And then, long story short, because this could drag on forever, but I spent a few nights there, went back to court on the Monday.
Did you see anything fucked in there the first time you were?
Oh, the first few days, yeah, it was just the classic, the prison guards were beating the fuck out of people, a few fights.
Yeah.
I saw a dude shit his pants mid-fight. That was pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do that?
He just...
Did he get knocked out?
He was being a cunt, and he started a few people in the 100-man cell.
That's a bad shout.
Yeah, and he was a bit of a nutter, and he started a few people, and then they ended up just having the better of him.
Yeah.
But he must have been very stressed out, and I don't know.
Shit himself.
But he shit his pants.
Nice.
And then he got dragged away, and they put him in a little room, and they just fuck you up. Each prison guard has their own personalised beating stick.
Oh, nice.
And it's great.
Cute.
So if anyone messes up in there, you get pretty fucked up by the guards.
Fairly well twatted.
Yeah. Very much well twatted. If you will. But yeah, so I saw a few things the first few days, and it was just it was just bizarre to me. I was half amazed, half fucking rattled by the situation.
Yeah.
But I had to have a shower in the morning because had to shower, and they just have a big well in the front of so there's the most open area. There's a big well in the middle, and you have a rope and a bucket.
And that's where you shower.
That's where you shower. So I didn't have a rope and a bucket, but I had Shihan. I'm like, hey, I want to have a wash. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get you. I'll fetch you a pail.
Yeah.
So I'm there, in a group of 40, 50 people in their underpants, just sort of fetching water out of a bloody well with a rope. just
a
washing
fucking
myself.
prison.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a bit fucking bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. Sounds it.
Yeah. So,
Sounds hot.
it was just fucking, it was gorgeous.
If you're into dudes.
Yeah, I had a heart on the whole time. So.
Can we just pause it there a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
All right.
Sorry about that.
So
Where were we?
just had the
Back
gay
on.
showers and then
Oh, the gay showers, yes.
Yeah.
Where were we? Yeah, so come Monday, I'm back to court.
Yeah.
So, yeah, chained up again.
Back in your
Back on the bus.
bus.
With all the boys,
yeah.
all the crew.
Yeah, the boys.
Oh, the
yeah, the
girlfriends.
fucking boys.
YTB.
Yeah, so back to court.
Does anyone else want one?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm
Cool.
good for now. Yeah, back on the bus. Back to court with high hopes.
Yeah.
I've been told I'm getting released on Monday from the get-go. Well, initially
it's
it
what
was
you-
meant to be very, very sooner. So Monday, get to court in my finest attire, which is the clothes I was wearing when I got there.
Nice.
So yeah. Oh, mind you, I had to, yeah. It was like I had to chill in my underpants while I washed my other clothes
Yeah.
and just wait in my underpants while my clothes dried.
Nice.
So-
In a room full of 100 blokes.
Yeah.
They're all hardened criminals.
Yeah, all hard
In
as
Sri
well,
Lanka.
yeah.
And this is
And all
like,
hard.
this is you've got none of your own shit. Your phone's been locked up. You haven't spoke to your parents. No fucking anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Bit of head noise going on there then.
oh yeah. Look, I was just waiting for Monday.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be, this will
I'll
be a
push
funny
through.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple of days in prison. Yeah.
Who doesn't want that story?
Oh, yeah, fuck. So, yeah, got back to court. Back in the dreaded holding cell, which is my least favourite place of that whole journey.
Yeah.
It's like, you get into the holding cell with your 20 to 30 blokes and anyone from the outside who doesn't make bail just comes in. So the room gets more and more full. And I have to be dressed up the whole time. Usually I
Yeah.
just be in my sort of shorts because it's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there waiting for my court case. I can't remember when it was. It might have been midday, early afternoon. And went up again onto the stand. Didn't know what the fuck they were saying. Back to the holding cell. Same again. I went, hey mate, like security fella, am I good to go? And he's like, oh no, you're going back in. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So then they sort of gave me a debrief of what was happening, and they're saying the police want to press charges and the train department want to press charges because you did X amount of damage. This is gonna,
Yeah.
we've got a bit of talking to do. So back in for 2 weeks. And
2 weeks?
Yeah, and we'll see you again.
Fuck me.
So it was a 2 week at a time process. So every time I'd get back in,
Yeah.
it was 2 weeks of me thinking I was getting out the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you didn't hear it before, yeah, it was a 4-month process
Yep.
of me back and forth. Every 2 weeks I thought I was getting out. And this next 2 weeks is when I started talking to the Australian Embassy. They came and visited me, told me that they'd been emailing my sister and my family. And they were basically like, I don't know, they couldn't really help me with anything. They bought me some water.
Mint.
They gave me an update on the cricket score. And I was like, well,
What the fuck is the point in the embassy?
Yeah, well, fuck, I don't know. So obviously they need to work within the guidelines of the country's law.
Yeah.
But basically they said, like, how are you getting treated? I said, what if I say I'm getting treated terribly? Like, what can you do? And they said, not much. I'm like, well, why the fuck do you care?
Yeah, why are you asking?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Should I just start saying that I'm getting raped? And what are you going to do? Get a helicopter in? Like,
Yeah.
so they were basically like, yeah, we can't really do much. I'm like, cool. Well, no, I'm not getting treated terribly. Like, it's more of a circumstantial...
It's a stress.
It's just not a good place to be in.
Yeah.
But, what can you do? So the next 2 weeks was just me getting to know the place.
Fuck's
And
sake.
I met the other white dude, this Bulgarian fella.
Oh, your best friend.
Yeah, well, he thought we were
Prison
best friends.
friend.
He thought we were friends because I was white, but he was a piece of shit. But he was in Sri Lanka doing ATM skimming, so he was like
Oh, yeah.
setting up, the skimming devices in ATMs.
Oh, doing credit cards and whatnot. Right, okay.
I'm like, what
Cloning
a fucking
cards.
cunt to do that.
Dog
you
of
know,
a cunt.
Such a you know, it's such a poor place like that, and people are relying on their money.
Yeah. It's not like
You
they've
know-
got a spare couple $100.
Yeah, in his eyes, he justified it. We're like, they get their money back, and I'm like, yeah, but they'll probably get fucking evicted before they get their money back.
Yeah.
Like, you're a cunt. But
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met him, and I was just so, I don't know, it was such a crazy time. But like Shihan, the fella that I made friends with, he worked for this gang, and his gang leader was in there. So I used to give him my ice cream bucket that I was assigned for food at dinner time and lunchtime. And because his boss was pretty high up in, this gang, he'd always have a smorgasbord full of food. And 6 days out of the 7 days of the week, you could get visits from your family. And they'd all bring in food for, their kin or, whoever's in there. And so I got access to his big smorgasbord full of food. So that was a positive.
Yeah.
I was getting fed really good food.
Local dialect food.
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
the best curries I've had.
Yeah.
Like, worth it.
Oh, so worth it. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, you don't get that
Would
experience.
recommend.
Yeah, well, the contrast between being in a shit place and having a good curry.
Yeah,
The curry
yeah.
tastes even better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When it's in a shit place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and so, started sort of just, I don't know, I was just curious about what everyone had done in there as well.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd be like, just the stories of people in there. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? One day I was like, oh, fuck, I feel sorry for this old fella. And he
Yeah.
goes, don't feel sorry for him. And I'm like, oh, what did he do? What did he do?
Is this the Shihan dude?
Shihan, yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, okay, so this guy's in there because he raped his 2 kids for X amount of years. And he got caught. And when he got caught, he showed no remorse to the, to the court hearing or to the judges. And he...
So paedophilia isn't just a white people thing then?
No, it's everywhere, mate.
Cool.
And they do it really well there.
It's good for you to know, Dan.
God, where can you go?
So
Where can you go these days?
Nowhere's safe.
but,
You go work for the WEF. Or the UN.
BBC.
BBC, yeah.
the Pope. So he was telling me the story, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty nasty. And he goes, basically, when he got convicted, got into the prison, and the guards take a lot of the shit into their own hands. So they put him in a room to touch him up and whatever. Yeah. Not in that way.
Yeah,
Just
give him a
beat
proper
up.
fucking...
Yeah. And basically, they're like, why did you do it? Like, they just wanted to sort of...
Why?
Yeah, why the fuck? And he translated into, I grew them, so I try them. Like, basically, he's just a fucking
What?
sadistic
He's
cunt.
a sick fuck.
Yeah, but they ended up beating him very badly.
Good.
And so why I felt sorry for him is he's got a walking stick and he walks like
Fucking spaz.
like a shrimp. Like he's curled over and he's just, he's mangled.
Yeah.
And then I
Rightly so.
heard that story and I was like, good.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and just
Your sympathies almost disappear at that
oh
point.
mate,
don't they?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, I don't know, how does a fucking person get like that? Obviously,
What, that fucked up? Or
Oh well, no. Like,
to the point where you want
he
to fuck
probably
your own
probably had a
kids?
shit life, and I don't know. I like to look into things, but
There's no excuse. It doesn't matter how shit your life is.
That's
Because I know heaps of
disease.
cunts that have had shit lives.
Yeah, it's a
and they don't
disease,
fuck
and you
their
need
kids.
to destroy it.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
But
It's a cancer.
it is,
Yeah.
and it's like
Needs
well,
eradicating.
you can't feel sorry for
Treated
everyone.
with lead.
Yeah,
Do you know? Was he in for life?
he was in for. He'd already been in for fucking decades,
Right.
Right.
and I'm not sure, but he didn't have a life after that anyway. Even if he does get released, he's a
What's he going
he's
to do?
a crippled old
Yeah.
pedo. Yeah. But then even
Why don't they just fucking execute him?
I'm not sure if
In a country like
I
that?
think it is a thing, but even in that place, like I shared my cell with rapists, and like they don't segregate them. So the dude I slept next to for the second cell I was in was a bit smaller, had 30 to 50 people in it, depending on the day.
Yeah.
But it was only fit for 25 people. So I was
cozy.
it was cozy and hot.
Nice.
And you notice when it was
That's what you want with a bunch of angry rapists all around you.
when
Cozy and hot.
love it. But when you notice when it got filled up, even during the day, the more people in there, the more humid and shitty and hot it got.
Yeah.
But I had to sleep next to a fella who murdered his dad, right?
Yeah.
So like the bloke millimeters from my head.
Yeah.
He killed
He's a
his dad.
convicted murderer.
Yeah, but the story goes with him was his wife was cheating on him with his cousin, and he got home one day, and his dad and his cousin were having a fight over that sort of situation, over what was going on, and Kalamali was his name, well, that's his prison name. He attacked his cousin with an axe, but he missed. He
fucking hit his dad.
Shifted and he hit his dad.
No.
So now this fella's in there.
The poor cunt.
He's got nothing to live for.
Yeah.
He didn't speak English, but he seemed okay. As far as, but...
As far as axe-wielding murderers go.
Yeah. But...
Accidental.
But
also
it was for a good
intentional.
cause.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's killed his dad, been accused of murder for murdering his father, who he didn't want to kill.
Yeah.
And he's still getting the charge for doing that. And pretty fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up.
So if he had killed his cousin, he'd have taken it like a man. But,
maybe. He might have had a bit more pride. But at the end of the day, it's all
he
fucked
still had
up.
to live with fucking killing his dad.
Yeah.
Poor cunt.
But there was this other dude in there. He was he had one arm, right? Or it was kind of halfway up his forearm.
Yeah.
And he was a massive space cadet. Like, he was just sort of looking around. Also, they don't really send the crazy people somewhere else. It was just, they were just in the prison. So
Nice.
I was like, what's this guy's story? And he goes, well, he was in there for drugs and shit, but basically how he lost his arm, he was telling me he was on a boat fishing with dynamite, right? And he's a massive stoner, and he's sitting there in his boat, and he sparks up his spliff, and then he sparks up his dynamite, and he threw the joint in the water and held onto the dynamite. And he fucking blew off his whole hand, like half of his fucking arm.
Fucked.
Yeah. And I was like, this cunt, he's off this planet. Because he was like, that probably fucked him up a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
So just
if it's
fun
strong
stories.
enough to blow your fucking hand off, it's going to do some damage in here, and it's going to rattle it.
It rattled his
Yeah.
cranium hard.
What a
Yeah.
thick cunt.
Yeah, well,
We've all been that stone. You just know
I'm
not
glad
to
I
play.
don't have access to dynamite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was a funny one.
Yeah. That's a fucking mad one.
But there's plenty of just, and the people that were, so most of the cells were like, there'd be 3 big cells fit for 100, and then it was about 500 people in the prison.
Right.
3 cells fit for 100, and then a couple smaller ones.
So it's not a big place then?
500 in a prison I think's fairly big, maybe,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a huge place as well. So we're all, confined somewhat.
Yeah.
So, and are you guys getting to go? Is it exercise yard, gym, anything?
No.
Is it
So, like,
inside all the time.
We had a broomstick with a bunch of water bottles on it for our, but then our room got in trouble, so they confiscated our gym, which was basically a stick and water.
Wow.
Could you see the sun? Could you go outside?
Yeah. So we'd be in the cell. I forget the times exactly, but it would be like you'd wake up at 6 a.m. You'd go out of the cell for about an hour and a half, and then everyone who had court that day stayed out of the cell, and then everyone else went back into the cells until like 9:30, 10. And then once everyone fucked off to court and stuff, you'd get let back out for a couple hours until,
Let into what, like an exercise yard? Or,
well,
or just a bigger cage?
Just outside of the cells, which was not much. Like
Right.
there was a couple little churches around this little strip, but it was just, dusty floor,
Yeah.
dusty ground, couple churches. There was a nice big Bodhi tree with the Buddhist temple, which was the nicest place of the prison, but it was still shit.
Yeah.
Then the well, and then there was just basically suris
Was that your
running
shower
around.
as well?
Yeah,
In that place?
the well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I was foreigner, they let me. I kind of got a little bit of special treatment because I was white, because I was a foreigner.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fuck me up too much, so they assumed I had money because I was foreigner.
Yeah.
So basically, I think their
Little
idea
did
was.
they know.
Yeah, I'm poor as fuck. But yeah, so they would I never got beaten by the guards,
Right.
but everyone around me did a lot. But they didn't want to fuck with me because they were worried when I get out, I'd make a big fuss.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nasty. But
So we won't name the prison then.
I'd love to.
Oh, yeah, name it then.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck
No,
'em.
it's Mathura prison in Sri Lanka.
Right?
Yeah.
So you guard fucks.
Yeah, you
You fucking dirty screws.
Oh, they're cunts. Yeah.
You changed tune.
Yeah.
Not wanting to name them.
I just asked if he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Oh, to be fair, I do want to go back, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, to Sri Lanka or the prison?
Prison. Nah. No, I didn't get to see the country, man.
Yeah.
I was only there for a day.
Can you
and
go back?
yeah, I can.
Right.
Like, all the
I would not go back.
No,
Well,
there is no fucking way you would get me to go
look.
back.
It's
there after
it's
this
a
experience.
bittersweet, yearning
Yeah.
to return.
Yeah.
But I know I'd love Sri Lanka because I went
Yeah.
there on a surfing trip. Like
Yeah.
I was in
The,
India.
the surf there is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets real good. I was in India for a couple of months, and the idea was to go to Sri Lanka for a few weeks,
Yeah.
get another visa, go back to India, and carry on. But obviously, I was only there for 24 hours before I got locked up.
Yeah.
So everything
24 hours and 4 months.
and exactly.
Yeah.
And then when I got, so I was out, all in all, outside of the walls for about 2 days.
Right.
So everything I learnt from about Sri Lanka was from inside a prison.
Man.
So,
So you probably got much more of a cultural recognition actually in the prison.
yeah, I know,
met
I know the real Sri
Lanka.
Lanka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
I know.
language? Did you pick?
Similar, yeah. Bit of fucking, yeah. Amata hukunota te kariponia pisu huta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of swear
Please stop
words.
bumming
know.
me in
Yeah.
the shower.
yeah. Aulakne palarata.
You see much of the bumming in the showers?
I saw someone getting raped
Nice.
twice.
Does it haunt you?
No. See, that's another thing.
You had a
was-
pull to it then.
He was
Well-
doing the raping.
Nah, it was like,
Point of view.
This old cunt with the crutch.
yeah. Nah, it was. I heard it goes on, and obviously it goes on in fucking most prisons.
Yeah.
But no, so
Boys will be boys.
they will be.
Yeah.
I used to have to. We had to sleep with the lights on to sort of de-escalate the rape. Well, just so it wasn't.
Oh,
as,
so if the lights were on, there was more. Lights were off, there was more raping.
well, I'd assume.
Right.
Well, that's their idea.
That's the
Basically,
theory.
everyone can see everything. Everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And one time when I was in there was a blackout, and it fucking freaked me the fuck out. Because at this stage, I was sleeping on the perimeter of the cell because I was
Yeah.
kind of a semi-long termer.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the middle of the room, they had to sleep sort of with their feet locked together because there's no room.
Oh, fuck that.
And I had a perimeter spot against the wall.
Yeah.
But it's still cozy as fuck. And then in between the people in the center and the people on the perimeter, there's just a tiny walkway to get to the toilet. And yeah, I was at this stage when the blackout happened, I developed this like skin rash on my back because it was so hot and I was sleeping on a dirty floor.
Yeah.
And I opted to sleep right under the fan in the middle, which is there's one fan in this whole cell, and
Yeah.
it was shitty fan. But I'm like, I'm so hot and my skin's getting fucked up on my back.
Yeah.
I had just little blotches and shit.
You're
That's the only
just
time I actually
super
got
white.
sick. Yeah, super white. Was not prepared. But so when the blackout happened, I was sitting in the sea of people, sleeping in the sea of people, and the blackout happened, and I was like, just had a panic attack, and it was like a minute the lights were out, but I was like, fuck.
It's
Like,
going on.
and everyone in the room's like, ooh, like bit of commotion, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is
Yeah.
gonna happen? But yeah, back to the rape.
So then you seized
On
your
a lighter
opportunity.
note.
You seized your
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah, so
So you got it done in under a minute.
Yeah, exactly. That's a record, mate. No, so I was sitting there lying there one night, and because the direct light from the light to me, I used to put up. We'd made clotheslines out of old people's bed sheets, so there'd be like little lines running across the room where
Yeah.
we hang our clothes up and shit. So I used to put my towel. It's more like a pillowcase.
Yeah.
But I'd put it to block the light from my eyes. So
Yeah.
I'd lie down there, try to get some good kip. And one night the pillowcase towel fell down. I went, oh fuck! So I got up. I got woken up by the light, and I got up to move it. And I look across the room, and there's this guy bumming this other fella over. Like he's got the sheet sort of half over him, and he's just fucking him in the arse.
Sending it.
Yes.
Wow.
And I got up, and he looked at me, and I looked at him. I'm like, you fucking, I
Yeah.
was like, fucking, what the fuck? I'm like, It's none of my business. So I lied back down, put the pillowcase back up, and then it happened again. The thing fell down. I got up again, and this time he had him flip around the other way, and he's fucking his face. And
What?
Yeah. And but this young fella, I think he was like only 18. He'd been in there for touching up his little sister.
Right.
So
Is this the guy getting raped?
getting raped, yeah.
Okay.
So he
So
was
don't
in there.
feel too sorry for him.
Well, look, I don't feel great for anyone who's getting raped, but yeah, look,
Yeah.
the way they looked at it, obviously, this guy's done this, so we'll take it upon ourselves to do
Yeah, prison
whatever.
justice.
Exactly. So, and it was like almost a bit of grooming with him as well. Where's that going? Yeah, there. I think it was a bit of grooming and a bit of raping and a bit of like, because I think a few of the guys had turns on him.
Right.
Um,
Nice.
Yeah, great.
If that's what you're into.
Fuck. Yeah, no, good times. But yeah,
Holy
so that
shit.
happened. Yeah, a bit of that.
Full on.
That's fucked up, eh?
Because you always listen to shit on documentaries, don't you? And then to hear, to meet someone who's been and done it is fucking
Yeah.
unreal. It's
Well-
very creepy, to.
It is,
Yeah.
but like, so that like this situation is my worst nightmare, right? Like I don't know why I've thought about it before, but like if I was in a foreign
Everyone
prison,
dreads going to prison.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially
I'm
in a
like-
foreign country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck it,
yeah.
it's your worst
Yeah.
nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've thought I think we've all had those thoughts for some weird reason.
Yeah.
And when I was there, it's a complete different box of frogs. Like, I don't know if it was just I was in survival mode and everything was like I fucking hated it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I was in there. I'm like, I don't know. Like
Did you say anything to him?
to the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next morning, I
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
did that.
fucking hero. You saved a paedophile from getting raped.
Oh no, he didn't stop it. No, so I pulled him up, and he didn't speak much English, but because the guards would listen to me more than they'd listen to other people. So when there were fights in the room and shit, and say there'd be a big fucking fight going on, if there was enough commotion, the guards would come to our cell and they'd basically flog everyone who was involved. Or
Yeah.
if they couldn't find the culprit, they'd flog the whole room.
Right.
They just line everyone up and beat the fuck out of them. And so a lot of the times when there was a bit of a fight going on, the guards would come, I'd fucking grab them and be like, "Oi, shut the fuck up!" And
Right.
I'd go to the door.
So you
and-
gained a bit of respect in the cell.
yeah. And the Bulgarian dude didn't give a fuck. Like, he was in a lot of the fights because he was, that Eastern European demeanor. He was just a bit like aggressive and angry, and I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, "Hey, let's all have a bit of
Aussie
fun."
go lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was trying to fuck.
Lighten the load a bit.
Yeah, it was a shit time. I may as well try to laugh instead of cry.
Yeah. Well,
So-
what else what are your other options?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rape.
Well, you're true. You could have. You had the opportunity by the sound of it.
Fuck that. Yeah, no, it's fucked up. I shouldn't say that. But yeah. So there'd be a few blues where he'd be in a row, or anyone else would be in a row, and I'd go when the prison guard got to the door to be like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'd meet him at the door and be like, "It's okay. No, we're just talking about some shit or whatever." I'm
Yeah.
like, it's okay. Like, Paleang. She's like, "Go away."
Fuck off.
Yeah, Paleang Paco. And most of the time it worked.
Right.
So, and then the other guys in the prison cell would respect me for that. So,
Yeah.
and also I used to go to the other cells, like even with Shihan, the guy that I was friends with, until he fucked me over the cunt. He,
Plot thickens.
no, that's a big one. But I used to go to the other cells where there was a few sort of gang leader dudes in different spots. And they were just interested in me because I was white, I guess, or foreigner.
Yeah.
And one other dude in my cell, Sitija, he was in there for murder, and he was actually only 17, so he got convicted as an adult. But with him, I used to. He spoke a bit of English too. It was okay, and I ended up sending letters through him to basically go around the course of my letters from Shihan to my sister. That's another long story. There was a bit of deceit there, and I had to go from a few angles to get letters out because
Right.
the welfare officers stopped sending my letters out because I wrote some shit about the prison, and they got angry. They said, why are you talking down about our prison? Because I was like, I was writing a letter to my sister. I'm like, the TV's broken, the fan's fucked. This is hilarious.
Fucking hell.
And then he read that, and he's like, why are you talking about our prison like it's shit? I'm like, mate, Your prison's shit.
Because he's a fucking shit.
Like,
It's a
what am I
fucking
supposed to
shithole.
say?
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
meant to be a nice place.
No.
is it? But,
Yeah.
like,
No, the
Like, what?
AC is mint.
Yeah, I'm like, we play
Fucking-
tennis at lunch and yeah.
Sky TV all day.
Yes.
Would recommend.
Would
Yeah.
recommend to a friend.
Yeah, 3.5 stars.
Should we have one more beer? Is there one? Oh, you probably want to calm it down. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Should we crack one? Do you want
Yeah,
one
if you want one more.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I got a
Go
bunch
for
in
it.
there. I'll just keep going.
more? Yeah.
I'm not driving.
We're on a time limit tonight, so I'm
Okay.
gonna push it on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could do-
just tell your story, man.
We could do it. Like, you know what, Johnny?
I'll be fine. I'll get over it.
Am I having a soul, am I?
Oh no,
Oh,
we've
that's for
got
Dan,
we've
sorry.
got a bit more to cover. We've got a bit more to cover. Well, I do want to know. So you did all that shit.
Yeah.
Awful by the sounds of it. There's always something good you take away from shit.
Yeah.
So like,
You get to come and do this
What-
podcast because of this
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. Otherwise, I'm just.
oh,
a
because
fucking
we're so
boring cunt.
fussy on who we have. aren't
Yeah,
we?
exactly.
What did you come away? Did you come away with something where you're like, that's a tiny bit I'm glad for. You know?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't regret any of it. Like I regret what my family went through.
yeah.
I regret
Yeah.
we all learn from our shit, right? And I took that upon myself to at least be like, what the fuck have I done? This is
Yeah.
stupid. I did a lot of meditating. I read a shitload of books. Did
Yeah.
a lot of breath work. Bit of Wim
Oh yeah,
Hof
that's
and
right.
that.
You were saying you got into Harry Potter.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I was never a big reader. And then I got my sister to... Shihan used to send letters through our laundry to his brother, and then he'd
Yeah.
send them to my sister on WhatsApp. And then my sister would reply on WhatsApp to him, and he'd print them out, bring them back in.
Right.
And I started getting my sister to send Shihan's brother money for shit for me.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
could bring me stuff. And I said, can you bring me some books and stuff? And she said, yeah, sweet. And I said, you know what I like, just get me whatever.
Yeah.
And I get fucking 7 Harry Potter books the first visit. I'm like, what? I don't want fucking Harry Potter. But after the
But you
first
got
2
into
chapters,
it.
I was
It's
like,
quality.
fuck yeah, Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, I was stoked.
Go on, Harry. Fuck you, Lord.
Oh,
This is gayer than the rape story.
but because I wasn't very I never got into reading that much. But after like a couple of Harry Potter books, by the time I finished the 7, I was like, all right, let's move
I
on
can
to
read.
some science
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
religion
yeah.
and shit like that. So that was good. What was the question again?
Just what did you come?
Oh,
What
yeah.
was good? I imagine like as well.
You got great
You-
wank bank material from it.
Yeah. I didn't have a wank for... it's not podcast material, but yeah. Didn't have a wank for a while because I kept
Same.
thinking I was getting out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I didn't want it.
So you went 4 months.
No, God, no. No,
Oh,
but
so
like
you
the
did- you
first
did manage
few
to crack
weeks,
one
I was
out.
like, this is not I'm not very turned on.
He waited until the Monday, got sent back in. Had one on Monday night.
Yeah.
Back of the fucking newt. Yes, I'm back.
They couldn't stop me.
I'm back, baby.
No, but no, definitely a lot to take from it. Like, yeah, but the hardest thing was like, because my family, like my fucking, God bless my brother and my sister and my parents, they came and visited me while I was there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Fuck.
and my brother and my sister put in a lot of effort, even my mum and my father. But they were my brother's fiance, her old boss is Sri Lankan, and he knew a few people in Sri Lanka. And
Yeah.
my sentence was for 1 to 20 years.
Oh, fuck.
That was what they wanted me for because of the
Why so high of a sentence
Well,
for spray painting?
So they went on the cost of the damage, and because I did, I did a few other trains on the way out, and
Of course.
they counted the panels.
Yeah.
And then that damage exceeded a level of whatever that put it into a new bracket, which meant it was an attack on government property exceeding this limit, which put it in the same category as terrorism. So,
Oh, right. So your vandalism was classed as
yeah,
terrorism
and then they were trying
because of the value.
say
Jesus.
it was
You couldn't have
political.
fucked up harder, could you?
Yeah, they were trying to say it was political as well, and then
Oh, shit.
so yeah, it was a whole ordeal. But I had to pay off. I had to pay the police department under the table. I had to pay the train department, and then I donated to charities. I got a couple of good lawyers, and I was striving to get a letter from the Attorney General in Colombo, and I managed to get it, and it was kind of like a letter of pardon.
Yeah.
But by the time everything was in order for me to get released, I'd overstayed my visa. So I had to stay in there and get a new visa and get lawyers to come in. But even then, it was not like I wasn't sure I was getting out.
Yeah.
So everything was in motion. And
Everything's up in the air all the time. You never know what the fuck's going on.
yeah, but it ended up working out.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, but that was like just sitting in a cell. Like obviously, if I was to think of my sister or my brother in a cell abroad, like that's fucking tormenting, really.
Yeah.
So I had that in my mind. I'm sitting in there and I'm feeling fairly safe generally.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking about what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
They're going
They'll
to bed
be imagining the worst.
Yeah. Of course, your mind goes there. It's natural.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's where it
does,
goes.
yeah.
And so I'm sitting, trying to get to sleep, and I'm just thinking about my sister, my bro, and my parents.
Yeah.
Going, fuck me, like. They're probably thinking that I'm sitting in a corner crying or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm just there, just watching people get raped. You know, a bit of fun. No.
Thinking about knocking out a wank.
No, but it was bizarre. And look, that's where my regrets lie. It wasn't the whole situation. I don't claim that I deserved any more or less. Like I wasn't like beating myself up. Like
Yeah.
You know, I did it. I'm an idiot for doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I may as well
You'd be
turn
way
this
more
into-
stealthy now, won't you?
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that anymore, mate.
No?
Bought
Yeah,
myself
just do
bought
backflips
myself a
off.
notepad. I'm just going to draw in there.
Yeah, but no, I was writing poems in there. I wrote a lot of shit, and I'm trying to write out a bit of a book of what happened. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you had this podcast for 5 hours, I could tell you stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's even like with the court system and just the corruption and the back and forth, trying to actually get out the shit I had to go through to. It was just.
So how much did it cost you in bribes?
Well, all up, it cost me 26,000 Australian.
Fuck.
So what's that, like 15,000 quid?
Yeah, something like that. 12,
So
15.
yeah. But that was also, I paid for my parents to come over and shit without me knowing.
Yeah.
Like, it was my sister had that's another long story. But yeah, she had some of my money, and yeah, she was using that to get me out of prison, which
fair enough. Yeah, that's what
I'd
you
do
want.
it all again.
Yeah.
Because I could be in there
It's
still
only
right
fucking
now.
money. It's better
Yeah.
than prison.
Oh yeah,
Holy shit.
but I could have been rich when I got out. You know.
Did you get
I could have told her to
GoFundMe?
invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'll be out in 20 years.
Yeah, and you'd be
I'll
rich.
buy everyone a fucking.
But you wouldn't be able to tell this story today.
True.
You'd still be
that's-
in there watching
And that's
some
priceless.
bloke that's no longer 18 getting raped.
Oh fuck
Fucking
me!
hell,
You're a
grown
bad
man.
man.
It's a fucked up system.
It's
bad.
fucked up, but you got to have a laugh.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
horrendous, eh?
It was fucking gruesome. But like, even like the last, like the last month, because I was like, I'd meditate in the morning and shit, and I'd sit there and I'd be like, a lot of emotions, and I'd try to cry, and I couldn't cry, and I'm like, am I just in fucking survival mode?
Yeah, which
Like,
would be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to an
100%.
extent for sure. And then, so the last month I started getting a bit introspective, and I was like, fuck, am I gonna be a bit fucking messed up after I leave here? Or
Yeah.
so like, and then I got released, and the day I got released, my there's too many stories. I'll bullet point it. But I got released. I finally made bail. Got back to the hotel. Had to have dinner with all my lawyers, which I fucking hated, and got them to get me a few beers.
Yeah.
That was lovely. Slept in a bed. Had a shower.
oh,
And
that was fucking.
With AC.
got to the airport, chucked on my headphones, and I was like, fucking music. I forgot about music.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was great.
Other than cunt singing in a circle.
Yeah, well, there's a funny story. Every Sunday we had sort of a music sort of segment of the day. So everyone would turn their ice cream buckets upside down. Oh, the buckets.
Yeah.
And we'd have a drum circle. And most of the fellas in my room, pretty much everyone didn't speak English.
Yeah.
So there'd be like a Sri Lankan fella singing "Don't Worry, Be Happy" in broken English, not knowing the words. He's like, "Don't worry, be happy," just like singing the tempo. And so they're like, "Dimia, Dimia," which was my prison name was Dimia.
Yeah.
It meant big red ant.
Right.
Yeah, good for them.
It's pretty close to your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fortunate.
Yeah. So I'd be like, they'd have the little circle, And they're like, give me a sing. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck it. I'll just freestyle. But I just freestyled about everyone in the room and just ratted to them because they didn't know English.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, look at this stupid smelly cunt. Da-da-da-da-da. And just be rhyming, like trying to rhyme.
Yeah.
And singing to the tempo.
Thinking you're Eminem.
Yeah, like, you're going to be in forever. You're in here forever, you fuck. Yeah, just funny shit. I was having a ball. For a brief moment, I was having a good time.
Yeah. Everybody else's expense.
Yeah, but
I'd love to see a video of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, mate, if I had fucking footage of that place, it'd blow your mind. It was, but so I finally
You're gonna be in here forever.
but I got to the airport, listen to music. I was fucking chuffed.
Yeah.
And it was so surreal because within 24 hours I was making bail, and then I was in Sydney.
Yeah.
I got picked up by my mate Jesse and my mum. So my mate Jesse drove my mum to the airport, got picked up, and we're in the car. And my mum's just over the moon. I'm back. My mate's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, should we go to the pub or? and Jesse looks at my mum. He's like, can we go to the pub? And she's like, you just got out of fucking prison. Go to the pub, you idiot. Like, I'm like, oh, thanks, Mum. Like, just because I was like, fuck. Oh,
It would be so surreal, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I was just happy to give her a hug. But then, 24 hours. Within 24 hours, I'm sitting at my local at the Stain in Manly having a beer.
Telling the wildest yarn that they've ever heard.
I'm so tired. I'm 4 months tired.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, it's so surreal.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around going, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. This is bananas. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
And my mate's just, he's chuffed to have me back. But I was like, okay. That was a funny trip to Sri Lanka, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that might be the most insane story I think I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, fuck. I need to go into detail.
Yeah, we could do a series on it. All the details, but I was saying, I don't know if you'd just gone to the toilet, but thank God we didn't just talk about that.
Well, I'm just gutted because me and Alex have a lot of stories together, and I
we were just talking.
Yeah, I wish we had more time.
Well, I know. I want to even just our stories together traveling are fucking hilarious. The Yakuza,
something about a
Yakuza in Tokyo,
a Swedish cop putting a gun to the back of your head.
That was me.
Fuck.
How funny! I'll touch on that for a second. But how funny is that? Like, I matched a girl on Tinder in Sweden, and then we become, I think, Facebook friends. And I realised we had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And it was a guy I went to school with, and she had a kid with him.
What the fuck?
In Malmö in Sweden.
Wow.
So I'm like, scrap that. I messaged him. I'm like, do you live in Sweden? Like, what's going on? So we went out on the piss and then ended up just doing stupid shit. And I was just travelling around Europe in a Ford Mondeo station wagon.
Yeah.
For fucking 9 months, and I had a couple BB guns in the back of the car. And so me and him just ended up on a tear, just getting on it and
shooting each other with BBs.
Yeah, we were setting up bottles, and we were in this car park, and at that time of year, the sun doesn't go down for too long. So, but someone called the cops on us that we had guns in the park. So we got rushed by 2 cop cars, and we were sitting in the car just listening to music and doing shit. And
was this after Sri Lanka?
No, this is 2 years prior.
Good, because I was going to say you haven't learned.
No, I have. No, I only do it in Australia now. No, because I know.
Yeah, because the Aussie cops are known for being like not aggressive.
Oh yeah, no, they
Vic
can't.
Road, you know.
But yeah, we got slammed on the ground, put guns to our heads and shit. And,
wow.
And I had the BB gun in my front hoodie pocket.
At least in Sweden, everyone speaks English.
Yeah, no, it was good, and I had English plates on.
Yeah.
So like I had maybe overstayed my visa by quite a few months. So
Right.
I had to get Lockie to deliver it. Lockie was in UK, and he delivered a car from UK to France because I needed a car, but I couldn't leave the Schengen zone because I didn't want to get kicked out.
Yeah.
So he bought a car for us. I picked it up from France, then I boosted up to Sweden, and but yeah, I ended up in the cop shop that night, and I thought I was getting deported, but they didn't have any link to my visa, and
Oh,
so I
sweet.
just spent the night there, and they said you'll get a fine in the mail. And
Did you ever get the fine?
Nah,
Sweet.
I don't think they knew my address though. So
No.
nah. But I walked out in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm free to go. Like, this is awesome. But anyway.
It was only a BB gun.
No, I know, but I did a couple other things.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and but the fact that I had the BB guns, and it's apparently it's the gun capital of Europe, that area in Sweden.
Yeah.
So I've heard. I don't know.
Sweden and Finland are pretty gun crazy.
Yeah. Well, all the refugees go into Malmö in the bottom of Sweden, and it's quite. Like a lot of them, I guess, can't get jobs and they end up selling drugs, and there's a lot of warfare, like gang warfare there and shit. But anyway, but yeah, no, me and Lockie have some fucking stories.
Well, go on. What time is it? We'll see if we've got.
Let's pause real quick. I need to go to the toilet, and then
Okay.
we'll get into one of them. You guys choose one, and then we'll get another one fired out. 'Cause it's
Okay.
Good question.
All right, yeah. I can't fucking get Lockie not involved.
Yeah. Oh, too right.
I've been selfish.
Too right.
Righto, we're back again. So to finish off the final part of this little poddy that we've got going on,
Yep.
why are you not allowed back in America? Lockie?
Okay. Yeah.
I've heard snippets.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I think you could probably relate, Tom.
Yeah.
You like your cars and things.
Yeah.
I'm a mechanic.
Yeah.
Grew up around cars. Always, tinkering in sheds and whatnot. And you'd go into an old boy shed and you'd see, number plates up on the wall.
Yep.
And I'm not a big souvenir collector, but I don't see the point in buying stuff that's just all made in China anyway.
No.
So I'm like, I want something authentic.
Yeah.
So I'm living in Canada, and I did a winter season out in Canada.
Whistler?
And then, not in Whistler,
Oh, okay.
but in British Columbia,
Nice.
Panorama. And I was going to do a big road trip around the States the next summer. So I got bought an old combi and sort of fixed it up over the winter. And then me and a good mate were going.
Yeah.
And then my sister was going to come over for a few months as well. And so we set off, and I'm just like, I want to collect number plates. I want to collect license plates
Yep.
from every state that I go to as a souvenir.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And take it home. One day I'll put it in my shed, put it up on the wall, like an old pub, Because obviously, like, over here, Europe, they're all pretty boring.
Yeah.
They're all pretty, there's nothing
Number
there.
plates
No,
are fucking shit here, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So over there, for anyone that doesn't know,
One
they're-
sec, because
they're-
we're gonna get interrupted. One sec.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin this. I don't
Okay.
want to ruin this.
Sorry about that. We're back.
We're back. All right, so collecting plates and just wanting good souvenirs. So over there, each state has a different theme. So I'm thinking get one from each place. And starts off, I just getting them from the states that we visit. And I ended up visiting 35 states and about 7 Canadian provinces.
Oh, yeah. You got about then.
Yeah, got about, and then it got to the point where I wanted all the states.
Yeah.
Even the ones that I hadn't gone to, because you'd see cars that were interstate,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to just grab that one as well. So
I'm sure they won't mind.
Good thinking.
Yeah. They're happy for it. So, so it starts off me and my
Down for the cause.
Me and
Yeah.
my good mate. We're traveling together. My sister comes in Vancouver. She comes for I can't remember how long, but I think it was close to 3 months. She also invited her ex-boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And he met us in New York. And as soon as he came on the trip, the vibe sort of changed. The dynamic changed in the van.
Yeah.
We're in a small, old combi van with a pop top. So it sleeps 4, but it's very tight. So
It's a cozy 4.
It's a cozy 4. Yeah. So
Intimate.
it changed.
Yeah.
With your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed a
I can
lot.
see that dynamic changing quite quickly, actually.
Yeah. So
We're not in Tasmania.
he wasn't. He sort of didn't chip in as much. He didn't fit in as much, and it just sort of shifted a little bit. So we got around to New Orleans, and my mate he got a little bit lovesick, and he actually left the trip, went back to Canada.
Right.
So then it was just me, my sister, and the ex-boyfriend. We kept traveling. We made it all the way to the West Coast, and I was in San Diego, and just down near the pier there, Santa Monica Pier, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But came back to the car, and there was a Border Force car there, and it had a US government license plate.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, You've got to have that one, you know. So went in, got that one off.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
And
why would
as soon as I turned it around, it said anyone caught in possession of this it's a federal crime, and this is broad daylight, Santa Monica Pier, and I'm like, all right, well,
We've come this far.
I've come this far. Quickly put it away. Got away with it. We drove off, and
nice.
So I'd been taking, like, you know, I don't like to, you know, it's not the proudest moment saying I was stealing all these, but a lot of these ones I was just going to wrecking yards and that and getting off old cars and things. But
the odd one.
I did steal a few plates.
Yeah.
Then we got up to San Francisco and I pulled into a car park one night or one evening and things were sort of escalating between me and this ex-boyfriend. It was the tension was building.
Yeah.
And he made a bit of a smart-ass comment of where I parked because it was underneath a light and the light was going to be shining in or something like that, something really small. And I sort of arced up a little bit, sort of snapped a bit. He's got out of the car, come around to the driver's seat and sort of like wanted to have a blue. And we're sort of out there, fisticuff sort of thing. My sister's holding us apart. And we blew. Then I just walk off. He walks off. I come back a few hours later and go to bed. I'm thinking I crawl up to like the penthouse, the upstairs area at the pop top. I'm thinking they're asleep.
The penthouse.
Yeah. So I wake up in the morning though, and my sister goes, "Oh no, he's left. He's gone to Mexico." And I said, "Oh, okay, sweet. Well, that suits me. He's gone, so it's just me and my sister. Happy days." So we continue on the trip. We go out to Lake Tahoe, and a few days go by, and then my sister goes, "Oh, like he wants to come back on the trip," and I'm just like, "Nah, no way. Like, you know, that's not going to be fun for anybody."
No.
So anyway, that goes on back and forth for a couple of days, and then eventually I'm like, all right, well, whatever. He can come back on. It's just for another week or something until he flew home.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he comes back. He initially says he's got a return flight to San Francisco and he wants us to drive back there. But I said, no way. Like, he left the trip. He can just come and
meet you where you are.
us. Yeah, meet us where we
you.
are. And I said, I just stood strong on that. I said, no, I'm not going back. We're not backtracking. And anyway, he ended up making my sister hire a car, drive back to San Fran, get him and bring him back. So I was pretty off that.
Fuck.
And then, anyway, he came back on, super awkward. It was just weird, as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
And then we do a big hike one day. All three of us, we hike up in Tahoe to this lake. And that evening, my sister wasn't feeling very well. She had a bit of like heat stroke sort of thing. And she said to me, I'm just going to get a hotel tonight. And I'm so sweet, I'll drop you off. And I'll come back, get you in the morning. I'll be back at 7 because we didn't have phones. So this was 10, 12 years ago. There were phones, but we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have
So we went back 7 a.m. in the morning. I just went and slept up in a car park somewhere on my own. Came back in the morning. As soon as I pull in, my sister's out on the street on her own, and I could tell she was upset. She'd been crying, and I knew they had a blue, so I just sort of went over, gave her a hug, put her bags in, and go to sort of drive off.
Yeah.
Then he comes running out, and he says like, you can't leave me here. I own, because we all pitched in 3 ways for the van.
Right.
So he said, like, if you leave me here, you're going to have to pay me for the van. You need to take me to the closest airport, all this sort of shit. And I'm just like, look, man, like, no, like, what you've done, we're just going to leave you here, you know?
Yeah.
And he just sat there. He wouldn't get out of the car. And I've just gone up, grabbed him, thrown him out of the car, gone around, jumped in the seat, told my sister to get it in, and we started to drive off. And he's just come around and he's just gone, if you leave me here, I'm going to call the police and tell them about all these license plates. And I just thought he was calling the bluff. So I said, look, man, like, whatever. And I just left him there, drove off. Didn't think anything of it. So that's the last time I've ever seen him. And then we kept going on about our holiday for probably another 2 weeks until we drove all the way up through Oregon and Washington back into Canada. And it's about 8 o'clock at night, driving across into Canada, and stop at the border, and they said, okay, you got to pull over, we're going to need to search the van. And I'm like, okay, That's normal. Like I've been in the States for a few months. I'm in this old hippie van.
The border crossings are going to get
It's
pulled
pretty
over.
normal.
Yeah.
It's no surprise.
Yeah.
So pull in, not even thinking anything of it. I'd get all these plates. I had about 70 something plates by this point.
Oh, fuck.
So I had all
Is that
50.
all?
I had all 50 states, including
70.
I had Alaska. I had Hawaii.
You're federal.
Oh, you did manage to get a Hawaii plate?
Yeah. I had them all. And then I had like you know how some states have like double ups of like different sort of like Utah's got like the best snow on earth, and they got a couple different ones. So I had a few double ups, and I had them all packed away like behind panels in the van, like they weren't just sitting there. So
you definitely look like you were smuggling them.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, I've gone in. We've pulled in. They're searching the van. Everything's pretty normal, and then about 10 minutes goes by, and then they call my sister out, and that's when I start thinking, oh shit, there's something wrong here, because the van was registered in my name and I was driving it. So like, why would they call my sister out? So that's when I start to sort of panic. Then 5 minutes later, they call me out. As soon as I go outside, I see my sister and she's crying. And then they just go straight, put me into handcuffs. And they go, you know, whatever you do or say will be used in a court of law. All this sort of stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
So they take me straight away and they put me in a cell. And it's just like no windows, all concrete walls, this little tiny stainless steel toilet with this tiny little window. They put me in there and then they just shut the window. And that's where I was for the night.
Fuck. At least it's in America, not Sri Lanka.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You are guaranteed to be raped in America.
Exactly.
No, much worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
and then they pretty much proceed to say they couldn't find the plates. So they basically said, oh, we know you got them. So I'm like, as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, he's obviously dobbed me in. He's given me up. So I knew who it was. So then I proceeded to say, oh, look, you've caught me. I'll go happily show you where they are. They wouldn't let me out. They wouldn't agree to anything. And I just kept telling them where they were, what you had to do. They couldn't find them all night long. This went on all night.
You fucking hid them well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You should get a job for the cartel.
Exactly. And then eventually they found them, but then I'd hidden the US government one, like really hidden that one. And then that's
it was
when
up his ass.
That's when I knew that he'd given me up even more, because they said, oh, we know you got a US government one.
Oh, what a dog.
Yeah, so he'd even said that.
Fuck.
So
What
then,
a snitch little...
So then
Fucking knob.
So then I told them where it was. They wouldn't listen. And then anyway, the whole night went on. Didn't really sleep. Didn't really do anything in there. They said you can call a lawyer. I called this like free thing, and he said, oh, look, there's not much you can do. Just say you didn't do anything. And that's all he said.
No comment, mate.
Yeah,
no comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
And then...
Do not incriminate yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're telling them where they are, you're incriminating yourself anyway.
Yeah,
that's right.
Silence is glorious.
Exactly. So anyway, they ended up getting everything. And this was probably the highlight of everything. But in the morning, they took me into like this evidence room.
Yeah.
And a big table, and they had everything.
Full of your plates.
Everything lined up.
Fucking
and I wish I had a photo of that. Like that.
Yeah.
I was a
please
proud.
get
That
a
was
photo?
a
This is
proud
how I
moment.
was meant to present them.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was back in my fucking
That's
shed.
Right. So they had everything there, and
They've even fucking alphabetically arranged
Yeah,
them.
that's
It looks,
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope
Did
you
they
got
really?
No, they didn't.
I hope you got a mental
It was in a
snapshot.
shape of North America. They had them all geographically in the right
Had
spot.
them in the right
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
I couldn't have done this better.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So that was that was great. And then we went so then the next morning we were talking to different people, and they were sort of saying they weren't sure what they were going to do,
Yeah.
because every single state would have had a different charge.
Oh,
So-
fuck. So you could have got charged for every single one.
Yeah. So they didn't know what to do.
Lazy cunts, but.
And they had an Australian with a Canadian registered car with all these different states.
Every
issues.
single state known
Yeah,
to
and
the
they
US.
just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So they sort of said, look, we're going to let you go today. Okay, we're going to let you go, but we've got this. This is your case number, and we're going to be in contact with you to see what happens. And I said, okay. And then at the end, the guy he said, you're really lucky because they like white boys like you in jail. That's what he said to me. And I was just like, fuck, okay. And
Jesus.
yeah, so that sort of gave me the shivers a bit.
Yeah.
But
So you're not going back to the US anytime soon then?
so then he said, don't ever come back. He said, don't ever come back.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what he said.
The
And
lawyer
then-
or the cop?
This was the cop guy. Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, imagine, you go back and
That'd put the shits up you a bit, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
it's like imagine individually each
Well,
state
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
you
Wants
over.
to charge you for a
I
year.
think almost-
You've got
Yeah.
fucking 50-something states.
The worst thing was the federal government one.
Yeah.
Of course.
So then I've got back into Canada. My sister had a flight back through. She was leaving the next day back to Australia. And
Yeah.
her flight was through from Vancouver to LAX and back. But she was so shit scared she cancelled that and booked a flight not through the States.
Yeah.
Which was a smart move.
Yeah.
And then I was panicking. Because I was going back to Canada to live for another year. But I was shit scared. I just want to get back to Australia. So I
Yeah.
rang my mate that was on the trip initially. And I said, oh, look, can you just come to Vancouver and take the van, sell it for me? I'm going to fly home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he just calmed me down. He just said, look, man, like,
You
you'll be
wigged the
fine.
fuck out.
Yeah, you'll be sweet. Like, just come back out here. We're living in the mountains. You can live up, like, the road on this dirt road and just live in the van. No one will know you're there. You'll be sweet. So he convinced me to do that. And I went back. And then basically the next few months I just kept ringing the the cop and saying, what's going on? Have you got any updates? He'd never answer. So I was living up the road, literally on like this dirt road in this van for the whole summer. And then eventually he answered and he said, look, mate, we've looked into it. And because of all the states, it's way too much trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
But just don't ever come back to America. And I said, sweet. Okay, deal.
Yeah.
So then I stayed in Canada for another I guess it was probably another sort of 8-9 months. I was living in Canada.
Yeah.
And then I've never been back again. My sister now has my brother-in-law is Canadian.
Right.
So she's been back to Canada.
Not that same
a couple
cunt.
times. Not the same cunt. That's
That'd be a fucking shit wedding,
Yeah.
that, wouldn't it?
So yeah, he's a real.
Now we're very good friends.
So he went.
The
So
snitch.
whenever she's gone back to Canada now, they've pulled her aside and been like, "Oh, you like what happened on this date? You were with this guy that got pulled up," and she always gets questions when she goes back now.
In Canada.
In Canada,
Right.
Yeah. So not
yeah.
even in the States.
Well, they're
So-
communists now, with Canada, aren't they? So,
Well, yeah. But like
Virtually,
he did more. Like he did other things. Like when Hannah got back to my sister got back to Australia. She's a dentist, and she got one day she's looking doing this guy's teeth and walking him back to the reception, and there's walking him down these stairs, and as she's walked down the stairs, he stopped and turned around and said, you need to see the ex. I won't say his name, but like he said, the ex-boyfriend had sent his friend to go
Oh
see
my God.
Hannah to try and convince Hannah to speak to the ex again, because he was going. They were all saying, "Oh, he's in like mental hospital. He's gone crazy." Yeah.
After
and,
you dealt with him.
Yeah, that's right. Well, because he's like, yeah, because he was
Fucking good.
yeah. And then my old man, the police turned up at my old man's place one day, and he's like, and the police were like, oh, like we've heard, we've got reports that you've got illegal guns at your house.
Fucking hell.
And yeah, because my old man
in Oz.
Yeah, because like after
So
the
he
big,
rang Oz cops.
Well, he's an Aussie.
Oh, right.
My ex-boyfriend
okay.
is an
Right,
Aussie.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he's dobbed my old man in
Also
for
a cunt.
having unregistered guns, because in Australia since the the gun referendum after the big
Massacre.
Port Arthur.
Port Arthur,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have to have all your guns registered.
Yeah.
So my old man is an old farmer. He doesn't have his guns
Yeah, of
registered.
course.
But he obviously, this ex-boyfriend knew that, and he'd call the police. So the police turned up
What
at my
a
old man's place
what a
saying, "You got
dirtbag.
yeah."
Fucking cunts.
And that luckily the policeman was a legend, and he was just like, "Oh, Dad just told him the story," and he was like, "Oh no, it's all good, man.
What a
Like, don't worry."
scumbag, eh?
If you
yeah.
ever see him,
yeah, oh,
Write him an angry letter.
honestly,
Yeah.
real angry.
Yeah.
Real
Maybe
angry
write it with
letter.
your fist
yeah, exactly.
on his face.
I know. So yeah,
Repeatedly.
What a fucking
It was just
cunt.
a bizarre sort of experience, but I just wish I had the place.
Why do chicks get with absolute cunt blokes?
Yeah, I know.
What is it?
I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know. You wonder.
You
don't
know? Yeah.
it's the old story, you know. They just...
They love it.
love
Yeah,
it.
they do.
They
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really
Fucking
do.
There's
drama.
definitely something to that in there.
Yeah.
Well, there is.
Yeah.
I
And
love
that's
that.
that's for another episode.
I'm sure you've got a story.
I'm an angel when it comes to treating people, you know.
I love how the moral to your story, Alex, is the more crime you commit, the more chance you had of getting off.
Well, exactly.
If you just completely baffle the court system,
yeah.
it's so much bullshit.
100%.
If you'd have
You
stole
need to
20,
cover all angles.
This,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
story is the definition of it. If you can't dazzle them with brilliance,
Yeah.
If you
Baffle them
did
with
25
bullshit.
states,
That's right.
you'd probably be doing a lot of time.
Exactly.
But you
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
it was
baffled
too
them.
much.
You
It was
nailed
too
it.
much.
They got too overwhelmed
You know?
with your fucking genius,
Exactly.
really.
you fucking
Exactly.
nailed it.
Yeah.
You know.
So just do more crime and you'll be sweet.
more crime does pay.
Crime does pay if
Yeah.
you do a lot of it.
And if you don't want to go back to America,
Yeah.
I
Small price to pay.
America, like, yeah. I don't like the fact that I can't, but also I've seen a lot, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of other good places.
Yeah,
You know,
you've done more than the normal person
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, mate, you've seen more of America than most.
Yeah.
Pretty much every American.
Oh,
I'm
100%.
Yeah.
sure,
Probably not.
well, most
100%.
Americans don't go more than 2 or 3 states in either direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
fat and lazy.
Yeah.
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 We're back on brand for the podcast.
Yeah.
No, that was a generalization. I'm sorry. I love you, America.
Yeah.
You can't.
well-
Apart from California, you dogs.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think it's like 60% are actually medically fat and lazy. So,
Isn't it like 40% of the US is now clinically morbidly obese?
well, I know obese is
Obese
60.
for sure.
And then
The
you get,
obese is 60.
Yeah, overweight
oh
obese
fuck.
is
And
60.
then you get to Preston,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Preston.
you're like Preston. Like well, fucking, they're catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard.
No, we
Australia
saw
as well.
we saw
Fat cunts
one
and
fit
youths.
bird today.
One fit bird.
Yeah.
Did
She
she try
had
and
two
rob
kids.
you?
She had 2 kids.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
We should have been
yeah.
like 15, 16.
Yeah.
She probably left her other 5 at home.
She might have been 17 then.
No, two kids in her
That-
belly.
Yeah.
Where you're at is they're the chavs, so equivalent are bogans.
Yeah, true.
full
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
That's
No,
like-
because bogans are at least cool. Chavs
Oh,
aren't
what?
cool.
Because of the accent?
says,
No, 'cause they at least drive cool cars.
If they can steal one, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but you're a bit of
Nah,
a
but
bogan yourself, so I'm not
I
really
am,
surprised
yeah.
you just come out with that.
Yeah,
I don't
we
get-
all got a bit of bogan.
Yeah.
yeah,
Who doesn't
yeah,
love
yeah.
a VL commie?
Oh,
I mean,
mate.
come on.
What a fucking
I must
hoot.
What a
admit,
fucking
I
car.
don't get the hot hatch thing. I don't get
No,
it.
it's fucking. Once you've
Yeah.
driven some of the rear wheel drive and like 3
Yeah.
litres plus.
Yeah. Which
You don't
it
understand.
seems big out here.
Yeah.
Like we saw a couple today.
Yeah, it's because they've never driven a fucking Falcon.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Once
Yeah.
you've driven a turbo Falcon,
Yeah.
you're like,
Are you
"Oh."
a Falcon or a Commodore, man?
Oh, I'm a coon boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, big up the coons.
Fucking hell, cut. Yeah, I don't say that.
Timestamp.
Yeah, no,
You can, you don't know. that.
I had a Falcon XR6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, turbo manual.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Loved it.
You can't beat it.
Fucking loved it.
6-speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6-speed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
punching out all the fucking ponies.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've got the same motor in my Patrol
Yeah.
that's here.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Fucking
Yeah.
beast of a thing.
She fucking parties.
What a good girl.
We better cut it.
Yeah, no,
We
we
better-
best call that a day because
we-
Johnny is going to cry.
Oh, okay.
named. He
We-
must not be named.
We've
We
done
can't.
3
We
times.
don't have time for the Yakuza story, do we? Nah, we better.
We can't because
I think we
can't.
should continue this on Skype.
We have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
I'll
I
have
think-
I'll
yeah.
have a look into what sort of
Definitely.
technology we need to do it. It'd be
100%.
We'll see if
awesome.
we can figure it out. Surely it can't be that hard.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but-
Wi-Fi is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just how we split the. We need to record. it
Okay.
proper.
It'll just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
And
in
get your
post
two-
editing, won't it? We'll have to screen record the Skype, and then yeah, whatever. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That'd be awesome.
We'll
if we
continue
can.
this conversation at the
Because
pub.
we got a few
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, we
can
could-
do.
Oh, we got me and Lockie.
I mean, we've
together
literally
even
spent fucking 2.5 hours talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 No, that's good.
It
And we
goes
got
quick.
two
We've scraped the
stories deep.
surface.
It
Yeah.
goes quick, eh?
Yeah, it
goes quick.
does.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
cheers for coming down, boys. Massively
Fuck
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Hey,
No.
cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers. Thanks
Sorry.
for having
Yeah,
us.
cheers.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's been a
And
pleasure.
fair play for you coming back for a lad's wedding all this way. That's
Yeah.
you're good
That's gotta be
mates.
done.
You're good mates.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
Oh, mate, are you guys frothing for the wedding tomorrow?
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Couple
Can't
Garys.
wait.
Get a
Yeah.
couple Garys and Jono or what?
Bit of Gary's up, John Hill. Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
He'll be happy. He'll be away.
Yeah.
We haven't said his last name, so he'll be all right. But
Yeah. His
if
name's
he
J-Dog.
if he stays tuned in, cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Love you, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking oath, love ya. We're here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here
The
for you,
Aussies
mate.
came.
We're here. We're queer.
Thanks a lot, boys. He's been fucking ace.
Yeah,
Fucking
has-
oath.
Fucking ace.
Yeah, shit,
All right.
yeah.
Catch you later, everybody.
All right,
Yeah.
cheers,
Bye,
fellas.
everyone.
See ya.